country. Visit forthepeople.com to explore joining a firm you'll be proud of. Explore joining me, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Avenged Sevenfold in concert. The wait is finally over. A7X. Saturday, September 16th, I Think Financial Amphitheater. Special guest, Falling in Reverse. Tickets on sale Friday, April 14th at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Avenged Sevenfold. New album out June 2nd. Part of the Ford Concert Series.
Hi, can I take your order, please?
Tired of the same old drive-thrus? And the tundra of the frozen food aisle? Then it's time to add a little sunshine to your meals with fresh from Florida produce. Enjoy locally grown fruits and veggies like Florida blueberries, sweet corn, tomatoes, and more, all at the peak of freshness. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo wherever you shop and see what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Your home or business is a reflection of you. Now, if you're looking to take it from middlin' to sizzlin', you need the help of your local CertaPro painters and the power of Pro. That's CertaPro's power of listening to your needs and delivering a customized project plan, and the power of doing the job right, on time, and within your budget. Contact CertaPro painters today at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
95 southbound just north of Linton Boulevard. A crash that's still causing a little bit of a slowdown in that area, though things are getting cleared away. Right lane blocked due to construction. 95 northbound on the exit ramp to 45th Street. So just a heads up for a slowdown there. And Southern Boulevard still shut down eastbound between Forest Hill Boulevard and Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. That's because of a crash this morning involving a tractor trailer. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox News joins me to discuss her new book, The Love Stories of the Bible Speak. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put the nationwide keyword fun at realradio921.com. That's fun. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine, baby. Rise and shine. So early.
Why do we have to get here so early?
Have to get up and start our day.
What do we have to do?
We have show to do.
We have a show to do.
Do we have to?
If not us, who?
Okay, I'll do it.
Just so you know.
I'm gonna need a cup of coffee.
Let's get this show started.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse. The Penthouse.
Yes.
Wow, great view.
I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
Unos, dos, tres, 14. Turn it up, Captain.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're in the Penthouse on a Thursday, and man, it was good to see Mr. Sun today. Even if it was a little peekaboo, it was good to see Mr. Sun. Tough night with the rains in South Florida. Airports closed, electric went out. Man, it was a jam ammonia. You needed a big umbrella. We're going to rock and roll again like you always do on Real Radio 921. We got a chance for you to win $1,000 with the keyword from our boy Rover. We also got a big giveaway at 11:45 and so much more. Francis on vacation on a cruise. Jimmy back in the house from his cruise. What is up, my brother?
Hello, and good morning. Happy Thursday, and here we are again. You saw some sun this morning? Because I didn't.
I did see a little sun this morning.
All right, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean,
Good,
it was
good.
a little bit, not much.
Take what we can get right now.
Take what we can. I mean, it's rained 5 days.
Yeah,
You think like, oh my God.
Tell you what, we need it, right? So it's like one of those things you don't want to complain about the rain because we really, really super needed it. But I know it gets to be a drag, you know.
Oh yeah, well the weather. I mean, not the weather. I mean, the driving is bad. I mean, it really, if you're on 95 like yesterday or a Turnpike. I mean, people just can't drive. It's crazy.
No, you got to slow down. You got to be careful, you know? I mean, I understand that to some extent. So, yeah, be careful out there, people. We want you to keep going.
The airport was closed in Fort Lauderdale.
Was it really?
Yeah, they closed down last night.
No kidding.
A lot of people lost electricity. Power went out all over the place.
Somebody posted a picture with a radar and saying that they got like 12 inches of rain down that way, Lauderdale area.
It was bad last night. It really was. I was at Strike Cigar Lounge. They had Latin night, so I was there hanging out. And
suffering.
Yeah, sorry. Right? It was a tough night for me.
I tell you, always is, right? I mean,
that's what I love about it.
That didn't take long.
Oh my God, my Vega Fetus came in. It was tough. It was a little windy.
Oh my God.
I mean, I couldn't light my cigar.
Oh, again, every night.
So anybody who's somewhat, say, in my circle or knows me for a long time, and Jimmy knows this too, Franny, people who work, I love to get shoe shines.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing I like to do on a regular basis. And when I find somebody, there's a guy I have in Boca, there's a guy in PGA I go to, there's a couple guys. And it's not like when I lived in the city, there was a shoe shine place everywhere. And the airports used to have them. So I go yesterday to this gentleman that in a very nice area, and he starts talking to me a little, and all of a sudden, he's looking at me, and he shakes his leg. And I didn't know what he was doing. And he lifted up his pants, and I thought, like, maybe he dropped his phone, but it came out, and I was shocked to see it. He dropped his gun.
Oh.
He had a gun. And he's like, gee, sorry.
Was it a lighter gun? One of those where you flick it?
I
it's
wish
like
it was.
A cigarette lighter or a cigar lighter?
No, I thought a Plexico Burris right away with the Giants. And I said, if you're going to raise your prices, no problem.
Oh, okay.
I really don't
I'm good. Here's an extra 20.
I was shocked. I got
to dance.
Yeah, you're right. And I got to tell you, I was shocked to see that. But I was in Boca, nice area, and I was pretty surprised about that. And he goes, I have a permit. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I said, okay. So do you think I go back?
Nope.
You're so funny.
Nope. Finding a new guy now.
You're so funny.
This guy's packing.
This guy is packing. I was just like, wow, man, that's some deep stuff. When
I know what to get him for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, right?
A holster.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's what I'll say to him. Now I know what to get you for Christmas. Love it, Jimmy. I got to get you a holster. So, yeah, it was a little bit surprising to see it at a shoe shine place. And, it's totally caught me off guard. It really did. And he smiled to me and laughed. And I was just like, wow, dude, it just really shocked me. So it was something different, something you don't think of. God forbid it didn't go off. I mean, imagine if you got that text,
God
Jimmy.
forbid it didn't go off.
I mean-
What? Want to rephrase that?
God forbid if it went off and I got hit. You imagine Jules.
Oh, yeah, imagine.
Where did he get shot? A shoemaker? What's going on down there?
He makes shoes too. I tell you, this is getting better.
Shoe shine, shoemaker.
Sure, whatever.
Whatever. Good place to meet girls, by the way.
Shoe shine guy?
Yeah, well, where they fix like bags and leathers and stuff. Women are always in
shoe repair.
Yeah, shoe repair. Yeah.
We'll get there, kids. We'll get there. Hang in there.
Shoemaker, shoe bookmaker.
I'm exhausted already.
It's that 17. And our studio is so crazy that, and Jimmy knows this. I don't know what you're going through there yet today. Some days it's ice cold. Today I'm sweating in here.
Oh, is it warm? It's warm over here too.
Yeah, it's just.
But it's normally warm on this side.
Yeah, but I just for no reason, and then all of a sudden, because I do have a heater in here that was nice enough our boss gave us, and I usually have it on because I'm freezing. Yeah. But today I walked in and I'm like soaked. I'm like, my God.
And rightfully so. I mean, when you say it's cold in there, I mean, some people take it. Well, he's just gonna. No, it is. It legitimately gets freezing in there because you're not the only one that complains about it. Franny does. The real estate show guys do on Saturday because it gets super cold in there too.
It's like 60
after the doors close for a while for some reason.
Yeah, it's like 60.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really, it really is crazy.
Low 60s. I mean, in reality, it gets to be like the low 60s in there.
It is definitely something crazy.
And just you wouldn't think like your normal mindset is like 70, like that's the average temperature. So you don't think that like 62 is all that cold. But when you're in it inside, you don't usually if you got
4
a
hours.
short sleeve shirt on,
Yeah.
and after a while, I mean your fingers get numb. You touch the countertops, they get real super cold. But then again, we sound like we're whining too. So
we're not whining.
I don't want to do that.
We're venting. We're not bitching. We're not.
we're
There's
not
a difference
bitching.
between bitching and venting.
There we go. What is that difference? We still haven't established that.
I think when you're bitching over something that's unjustified is bitching. When you're venting about something that's real is venting. Two different difference.
Two different difference?
Yeah, it's two different difference. I mean, come on.
Wow. I tell you what, kids. I hope you're taking notes.
Say you got a hot dog, right?
There we
Example. And
all right, you got a hot dog,
and it's cold when you bite into it.
All right,
that's really venting because you're saying the food is cold,
right?
Say you got a hot dog and they didn't put enough mustard in it. You're bitching.
You're bitching. Okay.
There's mustard on it, but not enough.
Not enough. Okay.
But if you bought a hot dog and say you're at a game and you went and you bought it and it was so cold, you're like, my God, this hot dog's cold.
How about if you're complaining, you're bitching?
I think there's a difference.
We'll narrow this down a little.
I think there's a difference in Greek mind, but I just think that there is a difference. It's going to be a great day. Can we hear my Italian song?
I already got rid of it.
Did you really? Oh, no.
No, I still have it.
Oh, good. All right,
not
good.
on the button bar.
Yeah, I had a lot of people talk to me about the big Italian song we had yesterday that we figured out when our good friend who called in from Cincinnati, and it was very nice of him to figure it out. So that was fun. Always a lot of good fun. Now, Arnold did something yesterday we talked about where he was filling in a pothole. I think Jimmy's got a little bit of audio or something.
Well, I see what I was able to do. I was getting the audio for this. So apparently, now you said the story yesterday, but just for anybody that didn't hear it, apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger got a crew together and filled a large pothole in his neighborhood in Los Angeles. The former California governor said, "I've always say, let's not complain. Let's do something about it." And here's the audio of him. Now, I want you to, this was two things. I got some audio from me on the cruise.
Okay.
And I got Arnold's audio, but I got him confused. So which one do you think this is? All right, hold on. There we go.
You're welcome.
Now, was that me or was that on the cruise saying you're welcome to all the Greeks? Or was that Arnold saying that to a motorist?
That is Arnold, I'm going to bet.
Okay, you're right.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But you have to do it yourself. I mean, this is crazy. For 3 weeks I've been waiting for this hole to be closed.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All the Greeks. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Now, I looked into the story a little bit more. Now,
this was great. We were talking about this before the show.
Now,
this is funny.
Now, Jimmy, you gave me the definition because I didn't know what it was. I guess it was some drench, like you said, that the city poured there.
Yeah, he was drenched, actually, in water.
Yeah, it was water.
No. Well, I don't know this. Now, a combination of info here, so we'll go with that. You had mentioned that he got in trouble or somebody was unhappy that he ended up filling in this pothole.
Yeah, because there was something that was put in there by the city, and what he ended up doing is it caused more damage and more money.
Okay.
I'm sure he's going to write a check by that.
I'll have to look into that because I'm curious how that'll cost them more money. But from what I could see from the short video that went with that audio,
Yeah.
Now, you could see him filling this in, but it looked like a trench from one side of the road to the other that he was sort of filling in, and he was on one side of it. And I've seen that in the past where, let's say, they have to replace a water pipe or something that's underneath the road. So they dig out a trench and they put in a new pipe or whatever, and then they fill it in. And then over time, that settles down, and then it kind of creates a pothole. So, and then he was filling that in from what I could tell. That's what it looked like anyway.
Yeah, from what I read.
It wasn't just your normal pothole that forms and it has, whatever shape that it takes. This you could actually see where it was cut out at one time.
Yeah, from what I read, and again, we'll look into it a little bit more, it was something that the city did themselves.
Right.
It wasn't a pothole. And that's what they explained. Like he said he was filling in a pothole. There was no pothole.
Now, what I don't understand is your second sentence to that earlier when we were talking about it was that they're mad at him because it's going to cost them more money. I don't understand that.
I guess
all he did was fill in what was on top. I mean, they can still, if they need to dig that out again, they can. What he did shouldn't change that.
Well, they said they got to get a crew out there now, dig all that stuff out, and then maybe that's what they meant as far as it costing them money. But he wasn't. His claim was that there was a big pothole in the street, and they go, there is no pothole.
Right.
It's not like we're in it, because Arnold was saying, oh, it's been here for 3 weeks. I think you even hear it on that audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's been here for 3 weeks. They go, no, that's something that we did.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have to do it yourself. I mean, this is crazy. For 3 weeks I've been waiting for this hole to be closed.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, good job, Arnold.
So my guess is he put in a complaint to the road department, and they haven't been out in 3 weeks, and so he's like, screw it, I'll just fill it in with some coal patch myself.
Yeah, I'll do it myself.
Gotcha.
So now maybe today's video is going to be have me out there redigging it and digging it out. And it'll go perfect because when he left, he said, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
And now he came back to redo it.
That's how we all tie it together, kids.
That's it, baby. That's how we always tie it together.
I still think that's me.
Let me hear. You hear what we go?
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's the Greeks.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah, pretty much. It is close. I gotta say, I got lucky guessing. But Arnold and you go back and forth. It could be you. It could be Arnold.
Hello, this is the captain. Captain Matt of the Celebrity Reflection.
Now, how much did you get blown out of your mind when you heard your captain was Greek? You're probably
the whole ship, because they were either Philippine or Greeks.
You were probably
a couple of Italians thrown in there too from time to time.
Did you look up at one point and go, really?
Really? Really?
This must be a vacation.
Really? The Italians, really?
This is supposed to be a vacation, and I got a Greek captain? I mean, every morning I would have woke up just to see where I was. I said, this guy can screw it up.
Hello. This is your captain, Captain Matt.
Captain Matt, that is so funny. I would have been like, Diganis, Gala.
Of course you would have.
That's all I know in Greek.
I know. We're aware.
Every day I would have seen the captain. Hello, Greek. Diganis, Gala. And I walk away, and that's it.
Can I go?
You're welcome.
Jimmy gave me that, which was very nice. When I go to Greece, if I ever get out there, that's what I'll be doing, thanking everybody. You guys are welcome. I did it. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with a trifecta, this day in history, and a guy went on a 7-year journey. We'll be back.
Rover's Morning Glory.
There's a Dateline podcast with my favorite guy, Keith Morrison, mispronouncing a Kid Rock song. Listen.
Kid Rock strode out on stage and gripped his mic. It was the first take of one of his latest hits, Bawittaba.
My name is Keith.
What did he say?
Bawittaba.
Bawittaba. Bawittaba.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
We'll be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's a grand in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox News joins me to discuss her new book, The Love Stories of the Bible Speak. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Professional women's tennis is coming back to Delray Beach at the Delray Beach Tennis Center April 14th and 15th for the qualifying tie between the United States and Austria. Don't miss tennis stars Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and the U.S. Billie Jean King Cup team as they host Team Austria during this exciting matchup for a spot in the 2023 finals. Tickets are on sale now. Visit Ticketmaster.com to buy tickets and see some of the top women's tennis players in the world April 14th and 15th. Players subject to change.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The world's greatest collector car auctions returns to Palm Beach, April 13th through the 15th. Experience Barrett Jackson at the South Florida Fairgrounds as hundreds of vehicles cross the block with no reserve. Explore the vast lifestyle marketplace, take a thrill ride, and more. This unforgettable automotive lifestyle event has something for everyone. Visit Barrett-Jackson.com today for tickets.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
Tobacco-Free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, giving you up, giving you up. I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never come back to smoke. I'll never come back to smoke. I'll never come back. I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Oceana Cruises' small luxurious ships carry a maximum of 1,238 guests, serving the finest cuisine at sea and destination-rich itineraries that span the globe. Expertly curated experiences aboard and available at more than 600 ports in over 100 countries. Learn more about the Oceana Cruises experience and limited-time extraordinary savings with fares from $8.99 per guest by calling 855-977-9606 or visiting oceanacruises.com or contacting a travel advisor. Oceana Cruises, your world, your way.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Elliot in the morning. Rod Ryan Show. Check it in. It's The Woody Show.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
The 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
All of the best free curated playlists.
All the rock for all the people.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
It's Pete from Fall Out Boy.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Podcasts. Are you tired of listening to stories that are saturated with wokeness? If you are, then you should try Red Pilled America. We tell good old-fashioned stories that align with middle America values. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
95 southbound just north of Linton Boulevard, a crash that's still causing a little bit of a slowdown in that area, though things are getting cleared away. Right lane blocked due to construction, 95 northbound on the exit ramp to 45th Street, so just a heads up for a slowdown there. And Southern Boulevard still shut down eastbound between Forest Hill Boulevard and Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. That's because of a crash this morning involving a tractor trailer. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Dell Technologies provides growing businesses with tools to do incredible things because we believe there's an innovator in all of us.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday. Thanks for listening to Real Radio. If you like listening to us, you might like looking at us a little bit more. You can go to our website, The Real TV, and that's sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Happy Hour, unbelievable. And next Saturday, the 22nd, a big jungle party's coming at you. Details to follow. Francis is on a cruise on vacation, well-deserved. And Jimmy, thank God, is back on his cruise. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
You were 4-1 not to come back, by the way, in Vegas.
I'm back on my cruise. Today's English language is brought to you by the letter Zumabub.
It's brought to you by Greek.
Of course it is.
I'm the one making all the mistakes. Of course it is. What else would it be? It's time for a trifecta. I vey.
Anything.
I vey. Get anything. Jimmy, they did it again. Tampa Bay won.
I saw that. 12-0, right?
12-0. They beat the Red Sox 9-7. And if you had them last night on the money line, which is 1.5 runs, you covered. Thank you, DraftKings. Or on the odds, they're 12-0. What a choo-choo train, baby. I mean, again, if you get on one of these trains, and they've been outscoring teams. Last night was probably the closest game they've had in a couple. Yeah.
That was, what, 7-8 or 7-9?
9-7, yep.
9-7. Okay.
Yeah, they pulled away, and they ended up winning. So hats off to Tampa Bay. Maybe they continue this weekend. 12 in a row. So doing really good. We're having a great season so far. I mean, this team is really good. They don't get enough credit. They don't get enough fans, but they are 12-0. And let's give their – go ahead.
I wanted to ask because I saw something. Is this the longest opening winning streak? Is that what it is?
For Tampa, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, for other teams, they're getting close. There's been a couple 15, 16, 14 over the years.
Okay.
But very few.
Opening day, right?
Yeah, from the opening. Not during the season like a streak.
Yeah.
For an opening day, 12-0 is fantastic.
I thought I saw a number of 12, like, a couple days ago when they already had a bunch there. And that's why I was like, man, that's it? I mean, the longest winning streak is only 12. But then I was like, well, I must not have read that part or they didn't put it in there because I think one of the longest is like 26 games or something.
Yeah, for opening games, opening day in baseball.
Okay.
For Tampa, I think they just broke their record as the team.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was what I saw.
But I think Major League, I think there's a couple teams 15, 17, 16. And it's very hard to do.
Good,
I mean,
good for them.
Oh, it's fantastic. And you got to remember, in baseball, your best team loses almost 65 games.
Yeah.
I mean, people, you know what I mean? We put in perspective. That's a lot of games they lose. That's why when you're betting teams, especially in baseball, you got to be careful because you can lose your ass because good teams that are high favorites lose almost 70 games.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games. You know what I mean? Like
you get a winning record in the 90s, right? I mean, that's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Anything over 100 is really good.
Yeah.
100%. Then, so.
Yeah. So hats off to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, good for them.
And we got a lot of emails about this.
Screw, you're in the Yankees division, so get out of here.
I didn't want to say that. And the Yankees have won every series so far. There's a little note for you Yankee fans. And we get notes about these sometimes, text messages, calls, and I'm going to give it to them. The Panthers made the playoffs.
Nice.
Wow. So the Panthers did make the playoffs. They are in. Last night, unbelievable game in the NBA. It was one of those games when you look at and you were glad that you do not bet because when you bet these games, they really suck. What happened was Toronto was winning by 19. The Bulls came back and won and covered. So what that means for the Miami Heat fans is that the Heat play the Bulls tomorrow night. If the Heat lose tomorrow night, it's golf time. That's it. They're going to go play golf and get out their green jackets from the Masters. If the Heat win, then they're in the playoffs, and they end up taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, and I think that might start Sunday. So tomorrow night, the Heat and Bulls, and we got to see what happens. Hopefully we can play a better game than we did the other night because we got beat pretty bad by Atlanta. And that is your first trifecta of the day, and now it's time for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, we're going to go back 163 years ago today. In 1860, the first Pony Express rider reaches Sacramento, California. His horse was promptly stolen. 153 years ago today, in 1870, the Metropolitan Museum of Art was founded in New York City, and it became one of the leading art museums in the world.
Great place to meet a bookmaker, by the way.
Great place.
Yes, very big.
Behind the mummy.
What? On the stairs. I used to meet him at St. Patrick's Cathedral, and I used to meet him at the Museum of Art. Very nice.
80 years ago today, in 1943, President Franklin Roosevelt dedicated the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. Also a great place to meet a bookmaker. 58 years ago today, in 1965, the Beatles won Grammy for Best New Artist and Best Performance by a Vocal Group for A Hard Day's Night. Ironically, that would go on to become Greek's theme.
Wow. They're writing themselves today.
They are.
Oh, my God.
53 years ago today, in 1970, disaster strikes 200,000 miles from Earth when oxygen tank number 2 blows up on Apollo 13, the third manned lunar landing mission to the moon. Astronauts James A. Lovell, John L. Swigert, and Fred W. Hayes had left Earth 2 days before for the moon, but were forced to turn their attention to simply making it home.
Houston, we have a problem.
45 years ago today, in 1978, Greek, were you there? On opening day at Yankee Stadium, the New York Yankees give away thousands of Reggie bars to fans.
Yes.
Who naturally tossed him onto the field after the starter hit his first home run on his first at-bat.
I remember all that. And I remember I was a kid. My dad gave me a strict, you do not throw things on the field. They were flying. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll see them. It covered.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's seriously, it was. It says the grounds crew took them like 5 minutes to pick up all the goodies. To me, I would imagine it took longer than that, but they said 5 here on the copy. 41 years ago today, 1982, David Crosby was arrested for the second time in 3 weeks with drugs. The cops found him in his dressing room with cocaine. Here's a little something. I don't know if you knew this or not, Greek. We've talked about this guy quite a bit. 39 years ago today, 1984, Pete Rose smacked his 4,000th hit. The only player with more was Ty Cobb at the time, who had 4,191. Rose eventually would beat that mark, finishing his career with 4,256. Of course, Pete Rose is still not in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but did you know this? He is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he turns 82 tomorrow, too, by the way.
God bless.
He's in their Hall of Fame for his contributions to sports entertainment. Pete Rose was inducted into the celebrity wing of the WWE Hall of Fame.
That's nice.
I thought that was kind of I'd never heard that before. 29 years ago today, in 1994, Billy Joel officially separated from Christy Brinkley.
Oh.
She's still available?
I don't know. Yeah, she is. She does a lot of posts right now. She's in her. She's a little Maluk. Like she's
Maluk?
A little bit Maluk.
Right,
Yeah. One of her husbands passed away in a bad accident, and another guy in a.
Oh, so a little Maluk up here?
Yeah. No, I think she's a little bad luck. A little bad luck.
I see.
I think like the fourth marriage.
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
26 years ago today, 1997, Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer to win the Masters at the young age of 21.
Wow.
He was the first player of at least partially African heritage to claim a major golf title. Tiger won his 4th Masters in 2005 and his 5th in 2019. 19 years ago today, in 2004, Barry Bonds hit his 661st homer, passing Willie Mays to take 3rd place on the lifetime list. Bonds is now obviously the all-time leader with 762 homers. And finally, 6 years ago today, in 2017, American forces in Afghanistan dropped one of the largest non-nuclear weapons ever used by the United States military. Of course, we know it as the mother of all bombs, and it hit the Islamic State tunnel complex with power equal to 11 tons of explosive. And that what happened on this day, April 13th, in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. We do it once a show to reflect on the day we're actually in. I want to go back to one thing real quick. Have we learned anything? And I want your opinion on this. And also, the audience, you guys want to get involved, you could always call us, 877-927-6969. That's the number. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. In 1978, you said the Yankees opening day, and I do remember as a young kid, they were throwing the Reggie bars, correct?
Right, yep.
2023, 2 nights ago,
right.
Philly fans were throwing hot dogs.
Right.
Have we not learned to give people anything to throw in 45 years?
Well, is that why they stopped having Bat Day?
Bat Day they stopped because of violence.
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing.
that's a half a joke, but half reality, right?
Yeah. Now, Bat Day, when I was a kid, I remember it sold out. I don't know if you remember how much of a fan they would show on TV, everybody holding the bats.
Sure.
They stopped it because of violence. They really did. They just said it's not worth it. But again,
that and it could be quite expensive too.
Yeah.
Because they were full-size bats.
They were a little bit
now,
sluggish.
And then somewhere along the lines, I don't know what year or whatever, and then they had the mini bats, right?
Yeah, they went to the mini bats. But again, Louisville Slugger, I'm sure, just gave them to them or did something with the Yankees.
Could be.
Yeah, promotion. But I'm just saying, in 78, they're throwing the Reggie bars. 2023, they're throwing the hot dogs in Philly. Don't give them anything to throw.
But the thing about that, too, is, I mean, really, the Reggie bar was that was for celebration, right? I mean, it wasn't meant to be violent or anything. It was the Yankees fans are celebrating Reggie's first at-bat, hits a home run, boom, they throw them all onto the field, which, I mean, I've always found that odd as you litter the field in celebration. They do that in hockey all the time.
With hats, right? And
well, it depends on the team, right? Because, I mean, every team has their own thing. I think the Florida Panthers, they have rats. Yeah. Right, so they throw the stuffed rats or whatever onto the ice in celebration, and they have different ones too.
Now, the Panthers, if you don't know, I'm just thinking this. Wasn't the Panthers, they started throwing rats because the Miami Arena, there used to be rats?
Something like that, yeah.
Right?
As a matter of fact, the last time this came up, we talked about it. Somebody wrote in and told us that. Yeah. It ended up because they had a rat infestation or something.
Yeah,
and
at
they
the
somehow
arena.
got a nickname associated with that. Do you remember back in the day, this was when the New Jersey Devils were just an expansion team, and Gretzky was, I think he was with Edmonton. I don't think he was with the Kings yet. And he called in an interview, he called the Devils a Mickey Mouse team.
Really?
Yeah, so all the fans used to throw Mickey Mouse ears onto the ice whenever he was there. Yeah.
Wow.
He played them one game, and they were throwing the Mickey Mouse ears onto the ice.
That is
I don't know why, it's those strange, weird things in your childhood that you remember. Because I was at one of those games. I was a kid. I don't know. I was 10 years old, whatever. And I remember that.
I remember Reggie Bar. I remember Reggie Bar with my dad. I was a kid. Very, very young, and I do remember it. And I remember him telling you, don't you dare throw it on the field. And the Reggie bars you could buy, too. They were sold all over New York.
Sure.
You know,
But they gave him out, right?
Yeah,
because
that
obviously he was,
was
that his first year with the Yankees? I don't remember. 78, that seems close, right?
It was his second year.
Okay.
His first year was in 77. They won the World Series. They beat the Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
And I do believe that's the year he had the 3 home runs.
Okay.
And then they came back 78. They beat the Dodgers again. 76, the Yankees played the Reds in the World Series. They lost 4 straight. I had tickets to Game 5. I never went.
Oh, that was that year. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was Pete Rose and Ben and all them. So you had a story about a guy on a little bit of a journey.
Yeah, so this guy, all right, so we need to, I need to get to an audio page here, so give me a second. So there was a guy, I saw this article, and, kind of a little tie here. He's a New Jersey man. And he's here he is. I got some audio for him. He's talking about his epic 7-year journey that he took walking around the world with his dog. His name is Tom Tersick. And here, I'll let him talk about what his journey is about.
For me, it was I had a friend who passed away when I was 17. It woke me up to life. And when I thought about what I wanted out of life, I knew I wanted adventure. I wanted to understand the world. And for whatever reason, walking around the world seemed like the best way to do that.
So the guy, obviously had some tragedy, had some other things happen in his life. There's a little bit more to the article, but the whole idea was that he went on a 7-year journey to find the meaning of life.
Okay.
Right? So I did a little collaboration about some of the things in the past with the Penthouse, and I thought this is our journey for finding the meaning of life.
What is the meaning of life?
Cash, girls, and sports.
Well, there you have it, kids. There you have it. There it is.
Can I do it again?
We just found it. Just like that, we found it. I mean, we didn't need a 7-year journey. We didn't even need a 7-minute journey. We got a 7-second journey.
What is the meaning of life?
Cash, girls, and sports.
There it is, kids.
Bravo! Bravo! I give it to you, Maestro.
And if it's not that, it's tacos.
Tacos. Remember, somebody sold the house for giving $200 worth of free tacos.
$200 worth of free tacos getting thrown in. I tell you what, I'm sold.
I mean, if you see that sign, you're going to pull over anyway.
If I see a realtor have that up, I'm buying.
Oh, my God. I think that is unbelievable. When you really think about what the hell $200 is, as if, like you said, with a house.
Well, buying a house, it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah, $200.
It's not even a spit in a bucket.
No.
But I tell you what, I wonder, I'd love to know, because that was just some video that somebody posted.
Yeah.
The people that actually drove by saw it. I played the audio yesterday. I don't have it anymore, but a couple was driving by and they saw a house for sale. And, the typical for sale sign that was outdoors. And on the top of it, it said, with this house, they get $200 worth of free tacos. And they were like, that's it, sold. And they made a social media. But, you got to wonder. I'd be curious to know how many hits I got on it. The realtor got on it just for that. It's one of those odd things.
Yeah.
Like, that was the point that you brought up.
Yeah, again, I think anytime you can separate yourself from the field,
Sure.
you know what I mean, and something like that, you think maybe it's a joke or whatever, you look
Sure.
at it. And we talked about it, like, traditional things, which we took on a serious side, where people leave a washer and dryer. Obviously.
Oh, yeah. Different things. So it was for a house, yeah.
Sometimes people want pool furniture.
But who would have thought?
Tacos, yes. White Castle. I did have a buddy of mine.
They do that. Forget about it.
I had a buddy of mine who just went up to Orlando. I thought of you because he said he waited in line in White Castle. Still said.
They still have lines up there?
He still said a pretty decent line.
Wow.
Not, like if he was, but he said, but it was great. But he just said, he goes, I was thinking about you guys. And he goes, I wait in line.
Tell him to go to the ghost kitchen that I went to. There was no line there.
All
the
right.
only problem is you got to carry a piece. Your shoe shine guy ought to go there.
Oh, great. That area sounds awesome.
Oh, it was. I tell you what.
Really?
Carla, roll them up.
Roll them up. Wow. That's when you're in a bad area.
The good part, though, for us, it was daytime, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh, man, I would not go at night if you're rolling them up during the day.
No, I still haven't made my way there. So the next time we get up there, I was, maybe we'll get up there on the Brightline or something.
Yeah.
That should be opening up pretty soon, I would think.
That'd be awesome. It is the Penthouse. 1 hour down, 3 to go. You guys are going to stick around with us. We're going to have a good time. We got a big giveaway at 11:45. Oh, we got some Florida stories. Jimmy, anything to tip the scales?
Oh, yeah, I got, what do I got here? Hold on, I wasn't quite prepared for that. So, yeah, we got a guy that gets beat up for karaoke. What else is going on? Well, we'll find out after the other side of this break. Oh, this dude robbed a bunch of Home Depots. You'll get some details on that coming up on the other side of this break. Also coming up on the other side of this short break is another keyword at another $1,000. And if you get that keyword, go to realradio921.com, enter that keyword right there, and you'll be in the running for another $1,000 right here on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7 on the Treasure Coast.
We'll be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability, and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox News joins me to discuss her new book, The Love Stories of the Bible Speak. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you have been struggling to lose weight, then I may have the solution for you. Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin New Med Spa, they have the weight loss miracle semaglutide. This is FDA-approved medical weight loss solution that is super popular with celebrities to help them lose those unwanted pounds. But you don't have to have a celebrity salary to afford semaglutide therapy at Begin a New Med Spa, because right now they're offering 8 weeks of semaglutide plus B12 for only $699. I have 2 girlfriends that are on it, and they are dropping pounds and looking incredible. But maybe your weight is in check, but you're just feeling drab, no energy, your sleep is suffering, or maybe even your memory isn't what it once was. Then Begin Anew's Optimal Wellness Program can get you feeling like your best self. They do comprehensive lab testing to help them get you on a wellness plan that is specific to you and your body's needs. The Optimal Wellness Program is only $149 with qualifying insurance. To book your consultation and scope out all of their services and specials, go to beginanewmed.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better," unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
I hear radio and TV ads all the time concerning IRS problems. But do you really think that someone 2,000 miles away is going to solve your tax problem? When the IRS knocks on your door, who are you going to call? That salesperson on commission at that 800 number? This is Miami attorney Steve Klitzner, and if you're ready to take action and put these IRS problems behind you forever, call today for a free consultation with me, the person who will actually be responsible for handling your case, at 305-682-1118. I live here, I work here, and my practice is limited solely to representing taxpayers. I talk to the IRS, so you don't have to. One thing is certain, the IRS will not give up, so why should you? If you're losing sleep over IRS problems, call me today, and I'll get started immediately. 305-682-1118. That's 305-682-1118. Or check me out online at FloridaTaxSolvers.com. That's FloridaTaxSolvers.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's springtime in South Florida, which means things are heating up. Hey, it's Megan, and I have the perfect spirit to help you cool off in the Florida heat. It's Knox & Dunn Florida Rum. It's distilled, blended, and aged right here in Florida, but the best part is the taste. How refreshing does a mojito with Knox & Dunn Florida Rum sound for a refreshing twist? Or crack open your favorite ginger beer and pour yourself a Florida Mule made with Knox & Dunn. Knox & Dunn is so versatile that even whiskey and bourbon drinkers have made the switch. I know I have. Ask for Knox & Dunn Florida Rum at your favorite liquor store today.
Fast food doesn't always have to sound like this. When you buy fresh from Florida, fast food can sound like this. Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
What if you could do business without busy work? With Ramp, you can. Ramp is the future of finance with smart automation, corporate cards, and spend management. Just imagine, no more expense reports or shuffling wrinkled receipts. No more slogging through invoices or getting surprised by unexpected charges. Just your business's big idea with smart spend controls, automation that crushes busy work, and real-time insights so you can make it happen. In other words, Ramp completely reimagined finance to make it work for your business. Get set up, issue corporate cards, and start making payments in less than 15 minutes. See how Ramp does finance. Join today and get $250 just for signing up. Just go to ramp.com/finance. That's ramp.com/finance to get $250 for signing up. That's ramp.com/finance.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network. The Complete Connectivity Solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 24 months when you add mobile. And ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel, évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
We have a crash in Boca Raton causing problems for drivers heading into Palm Beach from Broward County. This is northbound of Palmetto Park Road. You have vehicles blocking the right lane there. Elsewhere, 95 is looking okay. Turnpike in Palm Beach County is running pretty smoothly. We do have a disabled vehicle blocking the road. If you are heading into Martin County, use 95. This is on the Turnpike northbound, about 3 miles south of the Stewart Palm City exit. And in Royal Palm Beach, Southern Boulevard remains shut down eastbound between Forest Hill and Royal Palm after a crash involving a tractor trailer. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident.
That's 1-800
800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. $921.com and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1. Thank you so much for always tuning in and letting us entertain you. And we're not even charging you, so it's on the arm. Franny's on vacation on a cruise. Jimmy is back. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, I'm going to start out with one that I think is pretty good because people ended up getting busted, and we've been hearing stories left and right about this happening. You know, the PPP loans that were given out?
Yes.
So here's a couple guys that got busted. 2 brothers were sentenced to over 2 years behind bars for their participation in a COVID-19 fraud scheme. The Department of Justice said on Monday that Maurices Blaze from Georgia was sentenced to 2 years, 3 months in prison, while his brother Alexander was sentenced to, what did he get? 2.5 years as well, for their participation in this fraud. The duo was found guilty of submitting fraudulent applications for $1.6 million in loans through the Paycheck Protection Program. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation of the Inspector General and the FBI Miami field office investigated the case. According to court documents, they worked together to submit fraudulent PPP applications. They were apparently one of them was a tax preparer, so he was able to use his expertise to create fake tax documents. He then submitted them in support of the fraudulent applications. The Department of Justice said the duo fabricated information about 3 alleged companies. 2 later were revealed to be fake. For the third company, the brothers just falsely inflated the numbers of employees and payroll costs of the ones that they already had. Instead of 41 employees working at the company, there were only 1. In Palm Beach County, a Paycheck Protection Program task force was created to catch criminals who stole COVID-19 relief money. It's good to see those 2 behind bars.
Yes.
A Florida man is being accused of pulling out a machete after a Brevard County bar denied his request for what, Greek?
Chopsticks.
Singing karaoke.
I was close.
It was damn. It was right there. It was right. You were right on the precipice of it.
I hit the hole and it fell out.
Big word. After. Travis Jordan, 39, at Cape Canaveral, was arrested and booked into jail on a breach of peace and disorderly conduct charge. According to an arrest affidavit, the incident happened at Kennedy's Lamppost Bar on North Atlantic Avenue. After the suspect pulled out the 18-inch machete, a person at the bar encouraged him to peacefully hand it to her, fearing for the safety of others. During the encounter, the bar staff told deputies that everyone started freaking out. I wonder why. Jordan eventually handed the machete to the woman, who gave it to the bar staff while she called law enforcement. Glad that ended peacefully, right? When deputies arrived at the bar, they spoke with Jordan, who was described as being very intoxicated. During the conversation, Jordan said he was carrying the concealed weapon because he had been threatened 2 days ago and needed to stay alert in order to protect himself. Deputies said he did not receive any threats while at the bar Sunday and had no lawful defense reason to pull out the weapon. Finally, a statewide investigation led to the arrest of a man and several others accused of selling heavy equipment they stole from Home Depot stores throughout Florida. This guy's a real winner. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, I love my sheriff there in Polk, the suspects would rent items such as utility loaders, stump grinders, trenchers, and mini excavators from the retail giant, not bringing them back, and then selling them on social media. Right? How about that, huh?
Unbelievable.
The investigation began in late 2021 when Home Depot investigators began reviewing large equipment overdue rentals and found a pattern of activity. The overdue rentals and thefts had several similarities. They were one-day rentals by renters with Orlando addresses, and the GPS devices installed on the units, I didn't even know they had them, they were all disabled within hours of the equipment leaving the store. The stolen equipment was then posted on social media sales sites such as Facebook Marketplace. According to Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, our friend, right? Brian Johnson was tied to several thefts via video surveillance and social media messages, not to mention some text messages that led back to him. He often used his own identification when completing the rental equipment agreements and his own Facebook page to post the equipment for sale. Well, that's a great idea, right?
Yeah. Smart. You wonder why.
Real easy to bring it back to him, right?
Yeah, good paper trail.
Johnson told the unsuspecting buyers that he was a construction worker going out of business. And there's a whole list of different examples of what this guy did, so it'd take forever to get through them all. Johnson is currently serving a 1.5-year sentence in Florida State Prison for these crimes. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Jimmy. We do it twice a show, 11:05, 105. It is the Penthouse, 11:45. We got a big giveaway. We're going to come back with Guy's Bucket List. What do you think is number one on Guy's Bucket List?
Getting with Greek.
Oh, wow. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Rover's Morning Glory. There's a Dateline podcast with my favorite guy, Keith Morrison, mispronouncing a Kid Rock song. Listen.
Kid Rock strode out on stage and gripped his mic. It was the first take of one of his latest hits, Bawittaba.
My name is Keith. What? What did he say? Bawittaba.
Bawittaba. Bawittaba.
Rover's Morning Glory. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
My name is Chrissy Lee. I have worked for FPL for 7 years. Solar is a stable fuel source, which will lead to stable bills and ultimately will produce savings for our customers.
Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at fpl.com/value.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Here's Howie Long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hey, it's a Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
We have a crash in Boca Raton causing problems for drivers heading into Palm Beach from Broward County. This is northbound at Palmetto Park Road. You have vehicles blocking the right lane there. Elsewhere, 95 is looking okay. Turnpike in Palm Beach County is running pretty smoothly. We do have a disabled vehicle blocking the road. If you are heading into Martin County, use 95. This is on the Turnpike northbound, about 3 miles south of the Stewart Palm City exit. And in Royal Palm Beach, Southern Boulevard remains shut down eastbound between Forest Hill and Royal Palm after a crash involving a tractor trailer. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox News joins me to discuss her new book, The Love Stories of the Bible Speak. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday. Don't forget your chance to win $1,000 comes at you every hour with a keyword from our boy Rover. And we got a big giveaway for you at 11:45. Francis is out this week on vacation. I'm sure she's having a great time on her cruise. And Jimmy came back at a 4-1 odds that he wouldn't come back on his vacation. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning. I wonder how the weather is out there for her.
Hopefully it's good.
Do you know where she was going? I didn't know.
I believe, and I could be mistaken, I thought she said Bahamas.
Okay.
But I could be
just
wrong.
the Bahamas.
I think.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. But
if it was only, I think, a 4-dayer that she was on. So that's typically like maybe the Bahamas or Bahamas and Keys or something back, something like that.
I think she was gone, trying to think, Monday to Friday.
Yeah, Monday afternoon.
Yeah, she left early, and then she said that she's going to go to Tortuga this weekend.
Okay.
So she said it's going to be a lot for her. Come back Friday and go to Tortuga. And she said she might call in sick Monday. So I said, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we got that on record. 11:20.
All right. Every guy has a bucket list. And I don't know if Jimmy wants to put some music to this or maybe some bells. We can maybe guess what's on the list. If you guys... Oh, thank you. If you guys... wow.
You asked.
So I said, if you guys have something to add to a bucket list, what's on your bucket list? 877-927-6969.
Grief, baby, it's me, Cinnamon.
I can't do this. I really can't. I really can't do it. I can't do it. Let me compose myself because I'm such a professional. Anything you get paid for, remember you're a pro at. So if you sleep with somebody, even if they give you $1, you're a pro. Again, what's on your bucket list, guys or women? It could be there either way. Love the ladies who listen to Real Radio. You can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com. What would you say would be on somebody's list, Jimmy?
Traveling.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I would say that would be pretty high on a lot of people's bucket list. It's something new. When we read articles similar to this, it's usually pretty high up there. It's on mine for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's if I was to hit it big, that would be one thing I would love to do.
Like I got the Mega Millions today, $478 million.
Nice.
If I win the lottery, I will send you on a trip for a week, all expenses paid, wherever you want to go.
All right. Hialeah, here I come.
Sea Caucus. 2 days at Sea Caucus.
Nah, I've been there. I've been there. I want to go somewhere I've never been.
How about the Great Wall of China?
No, that's okay, because I probably ain't getting out. Of course, it's not as bad as Russia.
How about Mexico City?
Yeah, I'd go to Mexico.
All right. I was thinking maybe
bulletproof vest.
One of my buddies is going to Mexico for 2 weeks. He just told me last night. I'm like,
don't do it.
I said, dude, they're telling us right now, be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are. And he's going for 2 weeks. I'm like, wow. Give me the money on me.
I don't think that one. Yeah, make sure you pay that bet up. I tell you what, let us know. Jimmy at realradio921.com. But everything that I've been told is that if you go down there, just stay in the touristy areas because they kind of patrol that a little bit more.
Well, they tell you that everywhere you go. Yeah. A lot of times, even the islands. I mean, seriously, Bahamas, St. Bart, stay in the location of the property. Because when you're going out anywhere, it's not good. Even in our country. I mean, no matter where you go, you know what I'm saying? You go down anywhere. When I was I used to go all the time for St. Jude every year. We used to say at the Peabody, they used to always tell us, don't wander at night.
Right.
Seriously, they were honest.
Sure,
and they were like, don't wander at night. Stay around here. You're okay these couple blocks, but after that, don't do it. So you got to be careful no matter where you go. So we'll see. So what would be else on your list? Traveling be number one.
Well, for me, traveling would probably be number one on my bucket list. Let's see. Other than that, I don't have too many bucket list items. I'd have to give it some more. Skydiving. Skydiving's on my bucket list for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool.
One of these days, I'm gonna get into that. And again, if money is no object, I'd love to. There's a couple of different airplanes that I'd love to get a ride in if I could. I've always wanted to do one of those Richard Petty driving school things too at a NASCAR track. Oh, just something that I'd like to do. And again, those are obtainable ones.
Yeah, my our good friend, he listens to the show, Nate, just did one, I don't know, similar, but he went down to Homestead and did a Ferrari one on a Sunday.
Oh, all right, perfect. There
and
you
they
go.
filmed it, and he did the whole thing.
Sure.
I think it was a little pricey, but he enjoyed it. Yeah.
But do you know how much, or do you not want to say?
I think, and could be mistaken, I think it was $600.
Oh, wow, that's it?
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
He drove a Ferrari.
That seems way inexpensive.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
He might be.
I'd be curious to know what it is.
Yeah,
because,
Nate, if you're listening, give us a call. Let us know.
I know they used to have the one. So this is going back some time. This wasn't too long after I moved here, in about 2001-ish, somewhere around there. So I did the ride along that you can do up at Daytona, and that was about $150 at that time. And you're the passenger though; you don't drive.
Okay.
And you get like 3 laps at Daytona, right? So that was that then, and like the Richard Petty School where you used to have, you do the classes and then you drive around the track and everything. That was about 2000, a few years ago.
Yeah, I know he drove.
Right. Okay.
With an instructor, and he went around a Homestead and. He said it was a special that he got around the holidays, him and a couple of his friends. But I don't know exactly. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I would think that it would be more than that, but that's just my own logic behind it. And I don't have anything to go with that. So, hey, that's great. That's awesome.
Buddy of mine.
How about you? What's on your bucket list other than Halle Berry?
Halle Berry be number one. Nice evening, her and I, maybe dinner, bow tie pasta, candlelight. You know, at the end
Bow
of the
tie, huh? Switching from penne.
I'm gonna go with bow tie. Well, it's different.
You know, you got to do something different for the ladies.
You know.
Hey guys, penny.
Yeah, I'll walk on the beach and maybe she's begging me to spend the night. I'm like, no, let's stay friends.
I can't do it.
Let's
All right,
be
I'll be right there.
friends. Come on, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'll be right there.
And I'm taping her saying to stay over.
Yeah. Of course you are. No, I'm taping her. I'm behind you with the microphone.
Yeah, that's right. She'll be like, who's that guy behind? That's Jimmy.
Yeah.
I said,
I don't know how to run this recorder here.
I can't do it.
He'll
I can't
get
do
it.
it. He just got back from a trip out of a nice cruise, but the captain was Greek.
Yeah, he was. So he had to get off.
A lot on that
I didn't
list,
mean that one, really.
On that list was something that comes up.
Okay, so this is the list of bucket list for dudes. Was this like in Forbes or something like that?
Yeah, it was a survey that I saw something online.
Okay.
They said Kentucky Derby.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which
well,
I have.
You've been there, right?
Yeah,
So
and I could see it. You don't even have to. Just the excitement and the whole thing. They also had on there, and this isn't number one. I'll get to number one eventually, probably after the break. But they had UFC or championship fight.
Okay.
Like in Vegas, something like that. On there too was a weekend in Vegas, with their friends.
Sure, yeah. Obtainable, very obtainable.
To go out and stuff like that, bachelor party or something like that, different things like that.
Hookers.
Hookers. A lot of guys had on this list too, and I'm not as familiar as golfers, but certain golf courses they wanted to play on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we've heard that from your buddy Richie at Atlantis Motor Group.
Yeah.
Where there's a couple, because he wants to play, what's the one in California?
Pebble
Beach, right?
That was on the list.
Right, okay.
A couple guys, and that is supposed to be just unbelievable. You're right on the water, and the waves break, the Pacific Ocean.
Did he say that he played at Augusta?
I don't know if he did or not.
We talked about it the one day, and I can't remember if he said he wanted to or he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No, I don't think he ever played Augusta. He went there last year.
He went there, but he didn't play. Okay.
He didn't play. So, yeah, that was a couple of the different things. But a lot of stuff. Drive a Ferrari. I just got a couple of text messages. My buddy, own a Ferrari, he said. Lamborghini, something like that. Bucket list, something you want. But, again, I'll get back to the number one thing. It won't be, I don't think it'll be a big surprise, but those were some of the things that guys said. Be a manager at a strip club, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, again, obtainable.
Obtainable.
Yeah.
Monroe's, baby.
And are they hiring over there?
You never know. You never know. They got a big party next Saturday night.
Online applications taken now. Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Can't beat their happy hour.
You're not a manager, you can dance.
That's right. Every hour is a happy hour at Monroe's. It is the Greek. It is Jimmy. We're going to come back with a trifecta. I'll tell you what the number one thing is on guys' bucket list. You guys can also jump into what's on your list. And we got a giveaway at 11:45. Peace.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability, and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
My name is Chrissy Lee. I have worked for FPL for 7 years. Solar is a stable fuel source, which will lead to stable bills and ultimately will produce savings for our customers.
Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at fpl.com/value.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's of Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
I'm a working mom, so my days are busy, like busy. Can you hear all that? Luckily, I can always look forward to dinner thanks to Fresh from Florida produce. It's the one refreshing part of my day when all of that turns to this. Thanks to Fresh from Florida, my family gets a nutritious meal to eat every night, and I get a moment of blessed silence. Look for Fresh from Florida wherever you shop.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Summit Racing has parts and accessories to keep your truck rolling right. Parts like lift kits, intakes, exhaust, tires, lighting, and more. From custom grills to tonneau covers, Summit Racing has you covered. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
If you have been struggling to lose weight, then I may have the solution for you. Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they have the weight loss miracle semaglutide. This is FDA-approved medical weight loss solution that is super popular with celebrities to help them lose those unwanted pounds. But you don't have to have a celebrity salary to afford semaglutide therapy at Begin a New Med Spa, because right now they're offering 8 weeks of semaglutide plus B12 for only $699. I have 2 girlfriends that are on it, and they are dropping pounds and looking incredible. But maybe your weight is in check, but you're just feeling drab, no energy, your sleep is suffering, or maybe even your memory isn't what it once was. Then Begin a New's Optimal Wellness Program can get you feeling like your best self. They do comprehensive lab testing to help them get you on a wellness plan that is specific to you and your body's needs. The Optimal Wellness Program is only $149 with qualifying insurance. To book your consultation and scope out all of their services and specials, go to beginanewmed.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
95 is looking good throughout Palm Beach County. We're not seeing any tie-ups right now. We do have some more heavy showers in the forecast for today, so drive carefully when you come upon those. Southern Boulevard eastbound remains shut down. Forest Hill Boulevard to Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yeah, baby. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day. Sun's trying to peek through. I do see a little Mr. Sun out. And so hopefully it gets a little better.
There he is.
Heavy rain so bad yesterday. Fort Lauderdale Airport is closed till 12 o'clock.
Wow.
So if you have a flight down there, double check. Make sure everything is up and going, and hopefully by the afternoon we'll get back to normal with that. Francis on vacation on a cruise. Jimmy back at 4 to 1. He came back from his cruise. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Well, you are welcome, and thank you for having me back. Thank you for listening. It's always a pleasure to be here. You know, it's funny you mentioned Fort Lauderdale Airport, where our ship was.
Yeah.
Was you could see the airplanes were coming in.
Oh, that'd be cool.
For Fort Lauderdale, and then they reversed. It was kind of weird. I've never seen it happen, but of course it depends on wind direction, right? So as we were sitting there before we took off to go out to the Bahamas, was our first run.
Yeah.
They were coming in towards us, in towards land from the ocean, and then by the time we left, they had reversed the air traffic pattern for the airplanes, and they were taking off away from us.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of strange. That doesn't happen too often.
What time did you leave?
I was around, I want to say around 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon is when we were. Boarding time was around 11-ish ballpark, depending, because some people board first. But we ended up leaving port around 4:30, 5 o'clock.
So when you woke up the next day, you could not see land?
When we woke up the next day, we were in the Bahamas already, because Bahamas doesn't take long to get there.
Oh, wow.
So it was overnight. We were at sea overnight.
Oh, wow.
Woke up in the Bahamas in the morning. And then we were in port there for, I don't know, whatever, the 8 hours or so, and then we
Any
left from
night
there
did you
to
get
St.
up
Thomas.
and just like go outside and look at the ocean and stars?
Yeah, all the time. Matter of fact, from the Bahamas to St. Thomas is at sea, for a day.
Yeah.
And then St. Thomas to St. Martin is just real quick. I mean, it doesn't take long because they're kind of close by to one another. And then coming back is 2 days at sea.
Oh, wow.
So it's you see the ocean for quite a bit, but you'd be surprised because the cruises all take that same route. So you'll see other cruise ships out there.
That's cool.
Other cargo, ships, tankers and stuff like that.
That's
out there.
cool.
So it's neat. You see, especially at nighttime when the lights are on. and
Yeah, I
everything.
think that's really
and
cool.
And we had a full moon too.
Oh, wow.
So it's really kind of cool.
That is cool. All right, it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
They are 12-0, and who am I talking about? Tampa Bay Rays, baby. Get on that train. Choo-choo. 12-0 to Rays, kicking ass. Nobody goes to their games, though, which is really a shame. More people are in their strip clubs. But hats off to the Rays. Beat the Red Sox yesterday 9-7. We'll see what happens this weekend if they keep that streak going. But Tampa off to a great start. One of the best starts in baseball.
Well, what's better for the economy? The strip club, going to the strip clubs, or going to the ball games?
Obviously, the strip clubs. Because nobody's going to the games. Last weekend, they had 11,000 one game.
That's amazing to me.
That's sad.
Yeah.
And the team, because the biggest knock on all sports when people don't come is you don't have a good product.
Yeah.
This is a team that's won 90 games at least in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And been in the World Series.
And then wait until they get moved to Vegas or someplace else, and then all the fans will be in an uproar. How'd you leave? How'd you leave? Why'd you leave?
I think the biggest problem there is they say where it's located.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's it's a difficult stadium to get to because there's one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
They're kind of like on an island, sort of.
Yeah, and they said if it was downtown Tampa, but they've been trying for years and they have not been successful enough to get a stadium like where, say, Tampa Bay Buccaneers play around there. Because where the Buccaneers play also is very close to where the Yankees play.
Oh, their spring training, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that facility, I've had my friends who just went this year. They said it's unbelievable.
And no surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. Yeah. I mean, they said it's like a ballpark, a regular one.
The amount of money they spent at St. Lucie over the course of the past 20 years since I've lived here.
I know, you said
it. $100 million at this point.
You can't imagine that for a minor league place.
Yeah, for minor league. Yeah, and that money is spent for the big boys when they're here for 1 month a year.
4 weeks.
That's it.
It's unbelievable. Hats off to the Panthers. They are in the playoffs. Wow. So we're going to give the Panthers a little love because we get people all the time, text, email, calls. Hey, Greek, you're not giving the Panthers any love. Hey, Panthers, you did something good. I'm going to acknowledge it. Congratulations. I wish you all the luck in the world. Hope you go on a nice streak in hockey. And we'll see what happens. Boston Bruins also set a record in the NHL this year, most wins ever during the season. Now, Miami Heat.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, Miami Heat got a game tomorrow night. They are playing the Bulls tomorrow night, and that is it. If they win, they go to the playoffs. If they lose, it's golf time, and they'll be at Club Space down in Miami drinking pina coladas. So hopefully they can. The Bulls are 3-0 this year against the Heat, so not a good sign for our team. But hopefully we get a W and we make the playoffs. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. I'm going to get back to a couple things. One thing for Jimmy. I did talk to Nate. I texted him. He said the Ferrari experience was $600.
It was $600. Okay, and so he drove, but he had somebody with him. And was it like 3 laps, 5 laps, something like that at Homestead?
He said he got 2 different cars, a Lamborghini and a Ferrari, and I think 3 times around each.
Okay, cool.
Like about 2 hours.
All right. Well, good for him. That's great. That seems pretty inexpensive to me, so that's great.
He said they filmed it.
Okay.
So he has it, downloaded it, so he has it, whatever, and
Neat.
the helmet, the whole thing. So $600. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right, we had on a list, bucket list for guys. What is your bucket list? Let us know. Call us 877-927-6969. You can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Just like this one, I got one in that apparently he is fulfilling a bucket list item. They are traveling to Switzerland for 16 days in September.
Wow.
So that is on their list. I also got this email from earlier, too, tying into some of the things that we were talking about. It kind of referenced to on this day in history when I was talking about the Reggie bars that were thrown out onto the field. This person wrote in, "Hey, Greek, the Philly fans throw snowballs. Are they going to ban snow? Also, the Detroit fans used to throw octopus on the ice," which is what you were mentioning.
Yeah.
So I must have been Detroit Red Wings fans that were doing that because that's obviously hockey. But I don't think they can ban snow. But they don't get too much snow in Philly anyway. It's
Where?
not often in Philly. I mean, really,
No.
nowadays we don't seem to get as much snow, or at least we haven't in a while.
It was mild winter.
Obviously, the problem this year with snow was up in Buffalo.
Yeah, and the other thing with stuff in the NHL is usually when there's a hat trick, when people throw stuff.
There's one, yeah.
So that's when you'll see hats, they throw stuff like that. So the number one thing on the list, and obviously it has something to do with something that guys love, was to go to a Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought it was money. Cash.
It was to go to Super Bowl. That was the biggest event guys wanted to go to. Number one thing on their list, to go to a Super Bowl, enjoy all the, the parties, the event, the Super Bowl, and all that other stuff. So that was number one on the list. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That's on a lot of guys' lists who are sports fans. World Series or NBA Finals wouldn't even make the list, but Kentucky Derby did. Championship fight, like UFC, maybe a concert of your favorite group. Maybe you're a fan of somebody that, you wanted to go see.
Well, what to go with that? Maybe getting backstage passes. Being able to meet the artists.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure if you're gonna want to go see them, and it's a quote unquote bucket list item. Usually the expectations are higher.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, that'd be unbelievable to go backstage, meet a band, whatever, and they're coming out. Yeah. How about going backstage, you meet them, and then you bring them out?
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be an awesome VIP experience.
Coming to the main stage, it's Bruce Springsteen.
Put your hands
E
together.
Street Band.
Yeah, put your hands together for the boss. Not me, him. Come on out, Bruce. That would be cool. You meet the star. So this would be the ultimate package for, I think, a big concert fan or, a music fan. You say you have a pre-meal with them. Get to meet them.
Okay.
Maybe not like a dinner sit down, but you just get to hang out with them for a while. And maybe their music check before they go on stage. Like
mic check, 1, 2.
Yeah, hang out with that. You get to bring them out on stage. I think that'd be cool.
Nice.
Flying to wherever the concert is privately.
Now, would you like to do a band, a music act, or maybe like a comedian like Sebastian Maniscalco? Somebody like that.
I would go with
our
a band.
hero Paul Mercurio.
Yeah, I would do. I would probably do musical things.
Music?
I would.
Bruce?
I wouldn't like if you said to me, "What?" I wouldn't mind bringing out Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden.
Billy Joel. There you go.
That'd be
MSG.
cool. The Boss, the Stones. Somebody like that. Where the crowd's just going crazy. And, you come out, and you're like, the big curtain. Are you ready?
Yeah. That type of thing. Yeah.
Let me hear you, Cincinnati.
Yeah. And you're in New York. You're in MSG. Yeah, exactly.
I knew you were going there.
I knew you were going there.
Cincinnati. I wouldn't fly over Cincinnati. Kidding, Riggs, if you're listening.
No, he's not.
He's our Italian lover. He's got to be listening. He was the one who helped us yesterday with the Italian song. Now, Jimmy, we got a giveaway coming up.
Yeah, we do. Let's give away a prize. We have a pair of tickets to see Avenged. Speaking of concerts, maybe we can bring them out on stage. Avenged Sevenfold is playing at, I think, Financial Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale tomorrow at 10. But you can win a pair right now. By the way, they're going to be there with special guest Falling in Reverse. And this show is on Saturday, September 16th, which is awesome because it's not a school night. So you can go there, have some fun. You don't have to worry about getting up for work the next day. Give us a call, 877-927-6969. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. This game is super easy. I'm going to read you a quote. And you just got to let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? Super simple and easy. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. I see we got a couple phone lines lighting up right now, so I'll get them on the hold, and we'll get ready to play here in a couple minutes.
It is the Locker Room hitting the road this Saturday, 11 to 3. We'll be at Gulfstream Park having a great time with Tito's Handmade Vodka Raw Bar. Great seafood and a great place to just enjoy the track because any day at the track is a lot of fun. We got Tito's Handmade Vodka with you and a Bloody Mary and enjoying the great seafood. You're in the winner's circle no matter what your horse does. So this Saturday, 11 to 3, it's the Locker Room again. We're mounting up, and we're going to be there live talking a lot about the NFL draft, what's going on. Is the Rodgers trade ever going to go down? We'll talk about that. We'll also have Teddy Covers from Las Vegas. And will Tampa Bay still be hot? And we'll talk some NBA playoffs, too. So it's definitely going to be a great day this Saturday, 11 to 3. It's going to be the Locker Room live at Gulfstream Park. Stop by, see myself and Joe. We'll be hanging out, having a cigar, having some Tito's, and maybe a Bloody Mary. It's Tito's Raw Bar, only at Gulfstream Park. Stop by there. Always a great time to enjoy the races. And I think it's going to be nice with the weather. Who doesn't want to enjoy the weather and having a good time? That'll be this Saturday, 11 to 3. It is the Locker Room hitting the road at Gulfstream Park. And don't forget, if you want a happy hour, that's awesome. Get over to Monroe's and enjoy their happy hour. And next Saturday, the 22nd of April, they got a big party. It's the Jungle Party. Big party coming at you. Details for that. If you like beautiful ladies, there's only one place to go. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open 7 days a week until 5 a.m. Next Saturday, the Jungle Party. It's going to be a great event. Details next week. You guys will definitely want to know what it's about and how you can get involved. And I think we're ready to give away our prize.
We are. We are starting with Patrick. Patrick, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing real good, Patrick. First of all, thank you so much for listening to Real Radio. We appreciate that. Spread the word if you could. And how long you been listening?
I've been listening since back in Love Doctor days.
Wow. Well, that's great. And we know that you've got some longevity there if you were a Love Doctors fan. Let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. They're coming up. They're playing at, I Think, Financial Amphitheater Saturday, September 16th. And this is a win them before you can buy them opportunity for you, Patrick. I'm going to read you a quote. Just let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? Okay, bud?
All right.
All right. Here is your quote. I think it's in. You got to tell me. I'll repeat that. I think it's in. You got to tell me. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to have to go with the Greek on that one.
That's right. That was the Greek, and this is what it sounded like.
I think it's in. You got to tell me.
You got to tell me, because I don't know if it's in there.
So I know if it's in.
All right. Just nod and it'll let me know if it's in. Patrick, great job. I'm going to put you on hold. If you would, hang tight. I'm going to come back with you when we go to break, and I'm going to get a little bit more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, bud?
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
amazing.
kind of stepped on that just to make sure we get the whole thing.
I think it's in. You got to tell me.
Okay.
Nod your head so I know if it's in.
Nod.
Do something.
Do something.
Do something.
Throw me a $1 bill.
Throw up a Greek flag. We were talking about bucket lists for guys. If you want to add to it, let us know what's on your bucket list. Number one was the Super Bowl in the NFL. But if you guys got something to add that you want to put on the list, Jimmy also had traveling. We also had maybe bringing a group out and getting to meet them and enjoying the show with them. Somebody might say maybe hanging out with a famous chef. Maybe being on a movie set. I got a text for that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Like, say, George Clooney or Brad Pitt doing a movie and you're on the set just watching things. One of my buddies texted me.
There's and apparently there's some places around the world now. I know some friends of ours, speaking of cruises, they did a cruise up in Iceland. I think it was like last I want to say last September, something like that. Doesn't matter. Any which way, they go out to Amsterdam, and then they go up to a place where the cruise is. But during that journey, they were able to see the set, one of the sets of Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Where they filmed, and they have those places throughout the area. And that's I think a lot of people have that type of a bucket list on their,
That's cool.
on their thing. That would be pretty neat. I'd like to see that someday, something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
Mhm.
That's one of my buddies texts. Like,
get a backstage kind of look into either a movie, whether it's a movie set like that, or even in Hollywood and how they operate there. That's kind of a neat thing.
I got another one from a good buddy of mine. He said to be at the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Oh, there you go.
Again, things that, people like, you say bucket list, and it could be done. And another friend texted me, he wanted to go deep sea fishing.
Again, very obtainable ones.
Yeah,
Sure.
in Miami. I mean, I'm getting them every second from the phone.
Of course, if they live, in like Kansas or something, that's obviously even a bigger thing, right? Because you're not near the ocean, where here we have the opportunity anytime we really want.
I had another guy have a cigar at Michael Jordan.
There you go.
That's probably not going to
That was Greek, actually.
I would sit down with Mike.
Did you say what was on your bucket list?
I
mean, we joked about Halle Berry, but
something more to obtain. I would like to get my treatment or my script produced.
Okay, all right. Well,
that's something I want to do. It's more of a goal, not really a bucket list.
Okay, fair enough.
But I would probably say go to Greece or Italy.
Okay, so a little bit of traveling is coming in now.
Yeah, I would probably say to probably do that. And I think I owe it to them. I've done so much for them.
Well, clearly.
The Pope wants to meet me.
Goes without saying.
And so I figured I'd sit down with him, go to Greece.
The only problem is, it's Francis. So
yeah, it's a little something. It's a name that really...
It's a little weird.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, again, probably traveling.
He's with an I, she's with an E.
Yeah. Sporting events, I've been very blessed, in concerts to do a lot.
Now, you mentioned on there, and I find that very interesting, that not so much for like a World Series, but Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl's number one for guys.
on this survey.
At least on there. And that was guys, or was it not gender specific? In that survey,
it said men 25-54.
It did say men. So, and you say so. Do you think that is because there's more than one game with the World Series? Because I would think that, right? Like, why the World Series wouldn't be up there, or baseball isn't as popular. Is probably a combination of the two, right?
First thing, baseball isn't as popular.
Right.
Kids are not playing it like they once were. It doesn't get the interest it was. Even the NBA Finals didn't rank there that high.
Sure.
If your team, like I went to a lot of NBA Finals again. I've been blessed down with the Heat when they had LeBron. That was super cool.
Yeah.
But the Super Bowls, the thing that I think is better with the NBA Finals or the World Series is that it could be your team.
Right.
So that's a nice thing. Like when the Giants made it, how many people I know that were Giant fans waited their whole life? But when you go to Super Bowl, it's who's ever there.
Sure.
You might get lucky in your team, but
could be.
But most part, just say you're a Jet fan.
Yeah.
You haven't been to Super Bowl since '69. So it's a little bit different because I think the Super Bowl is more of an experience as a fan. And you get a bonus if your team's in.
Yeah, because there's so many other activities that go on
Sure.
with the Super Bowl, especially when you go there for, a couple days.
Yep.
The World Series, it's game, day after day, depending on how the series.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were to put that scenario into Game 7, it's your team.
Yeah.
Type thing. I mean, I think that would really kind of up it a little bit for World Series, right?
Yeah. I mean, and like on here, there's something that wouldn't have been there maybe 10 years ago. UFC championship fight.
There you go. Yeah, very
Al-
popular. I had no idea how. I mean, like I knew it was popular, not as to the level like you were talking about yesterday.
I had a couple of my friends. I saw them last night. They went Saturday night, and they put it better than the Heat finals.
That's amazing.
And I was like, get the hell out of here. And they were like, yeah, it was great. They really enjoyed it. Had good, whatever. But everybody's different.
You've seen the crowds at those WrestleManias. I mean, it's just they sell out those stadiums that they're at, and they're huge. I mean, we're not talking about a 15,000 person arena. You're talking about a 100,000 seat stadium.
And every time they have those events, I'm sure there's more tickets they could sell.
Plus, not to mention pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they rake it in.
Well, a couple weeks ago, they had one in L.A. 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday. I mean, come on. I mean, if you want to talk about something being huge, 2 nights?
That's wild.
And we talk about the Tampa Bay Rays are 12-0, and they had 11,000 people.
Yeah, that's sad.
They got 11,000 people in a section.
Yeah.
So, I like I said, everybody's different. There are different things you want to do. I heard a lot with cars. You drive a Ferrari, have a Lamborghini.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That was up there. But you guys can call us and let us know what's on your bucket list, something you want to do. And again, mine was a little bit on the side as a goal. But, yeah, I mean, there's probably some traveling. I don't like flying 10 hours. That's a pain in the ass, I think. But yeah. But something that I would love to do.
How about going to space? I'd love to do that.
I have no desire for that.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a little bit like, woo.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I think I'd be a little bit.
You'd be like, woo.
I'd be a little worried right there. Am I wearing a Armani suit? Maybe a space suit. Maybe putting $1,000 on a number on roulette. That would be a great high.
Yeah.
And it hits.
Oh, you've been there, done that.
No, I have not. Close a couple times, but never that.
I tell you what, I thought about you too when we were in the casino and I was watching. So I watched a little bit of roulette, because again, I'm not real familiar with it. I haven't spent that much time in a casino at all. So seeing some of the table games, it was kind of neat, and I really, man, I tell you what, if I just had a little bit more stones, I wanted to sit down and play some blackjack, but because it's the only game I know how to bet.
Yeah.
It's super easy. You don't have to worry about it with like craps. I mean, it's so different.
I have no knowledge of, I know what blackjack is, but I think I've maybe played 3 hands in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a roulette guy, and roulette is the worst odds in the casino by far.
Oh, yeah.
I'm amazed a lot of times when I'm at country clubs meeting somebody or the cigar bars, and guys play gin for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Hours.
Sure.
I mean, a day.
Well, that's one of those games that you sit there and you play and you BS, and it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah,
Now again, I don't know about the betting aspect of it. That's what I always lose on when it comes to those things. But I got a question for you, actually, and one thing that I saw, and I don't understand it. So obviously, the way the numbers are on a roulette table, right? So you as the bettor, not when you put it on the line in between two numbers, does that mean you're basically betting on both numbers?
Yeah, you would get 18 to 1.
Oh, okay. So it's just that the odds, whatever you would win, would be less.
Yeah.
If it hits one of those two, and then you can do the same on a corner, right? So you can actually have 4 numbers.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
You could go across. You can also bet thirds. You could bet the first 12, second 12, third 12, and that pays 2 to 1.
Right. Okay.
So,
and then there's groups. I know you've mentioned that before. Like you played a 30s, let's say, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, like you play the 30s. There's 7 numbers.
Right.
Okay. So say you put $100 on each number, and that'll cost you $700. If one hits, you win 30.
Oh, no problem.
Well, I was just using that as an easy, thought process for people. I've never done that.
No,
but if it hits, you win $3,500.
Okay.
And you lose 7, so you win $2,800.
Right.
And I always felt like when I did that the dealer was rooting against me.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah, like, sucker.
I don't. I think
I'm kidding.
I think the dealers do. I think they root for you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because they, again, it's that thing that if you're not winning, you're not, or if you don't win at all, you're not going to come back. I mean, that's actually on a serious side, an example that you've said in the past.
Yeah.
Is that if you just constantly lose, they want you to win once in a while.
Of course they do. Bookmakers get mad when a guy constantly loses.
Yeah.
Because at some point you just go, I'm done.
They're going to give up. Yeah.
So you need that little taste. Maybe you win every 2-3 weeks, and then you lose 11.
Sure.
Then you win a week or
then they're happy.
Yeah. But in your mind, you're like, oh, it's not. Same thing at the track. Guy goes to the track, loses 10 races 2 days in a row. He's not going back for a while.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit.
But if he hits a couple, you go, I could hit. So,
and I saw them putting those numbers, their chips on the multiple boxes like that, and I had a feeling that that's what it was. I just thought I confirmed that.
Yeah, cuts and 4s, cuts and 2s. You could bet 6. You could bet, and then another thing on the roulette wheel, and I'm just you could bet a whole row.
Right.
You could bet one thing, and that you have the middle row, or you have the outside. People bet the colors, obviously black and red.
Yep.
First 18, 19 to 36.
Right.
There's a lot of ways to bet and lose.
That's great. I like too that they have a screen up.
That's new.
Because you can't see the top ridge on the wheel is so high now you can't see where the ball lands. At least especially if you're on the other side of the table. So they actually have a screen up there where you'll see how it falls in.
It started years ago, and I'll give Johnny C, our boy for years, credit. How many times it comes back to back? Because people, people think in their mind, like say it comes black 10 times in a row. Oh, it's due for red. No, it's not. Every spin is individual.
It's the same amount of odds.
But I got to tell you, so many times you see a number comes out and it'll come back again. And if you're sitting there, you're like, oh. So I learned. Yeah, Johnny was with me, and we were out in Tunica, and I went to move my chip. And he goes, keep it. And it hit again, back to back.
And then third, right?
Yeah, then the third one we went to, and it happened. So, I never do it. Like if I'm playing and I see like say 18, even though it's not my number, I'll put money on the 18.
Right.
Because you never know. Because it's the worst feeling when it comes back to back and you're there. You're like, oh my God, it just said it.
Well, you know what? You could have won $1,000 on that bet, or you could win $1,000 coming up on the other side of this break. How? Super simple. Just stay tuned. We're going to give you another keyword. You can go to realradio921.com during the break. A window's going to pop right up for you. It's going to say keyword right there, and that's where you're going to enter this keyword that we're going to give you on the other side of this break, and it'll be your chance to win $1,000. We're giving you up to 13 times a day that you can win $1,000 right here on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7 on the Treasure Coast.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability, and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox News joins me to discuss her new book, The Love Stories of the Bible Speak. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this: everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network, the complete connectivity solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 24 months when you add mobile, and ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and AutoPay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash. Get access to all the music, radio, podcasts, playlists, contests, and more now on your completely free iHeartRadio app.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Rail Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
RealRadio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at RealRadio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
My bucket list is to take you to bed, you big radio whore.
Greg, baby, it's me, Cinnamon. Oh my God, if you hit that Mega Millions, I'm gonna go crazy. I'll walk into Monroe tomorrow and tell him I quit immediately. And then you can live our lives together in the sexiest place in America. That's right, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Close your eyes and dream about it, baby. Have a good day. Mwah.
Hi, this is Granny. Greg, now that I'm back home from my cruise, why don't you come on over and we'll celebrate and play Love Boat. You'll be the first mate and swab my poop deck. Honey.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You guys are too kind in the callback line. Wow. I'm glad Granny got back from her cruise, too. I was worried.
I saw her.
Oh, good. How'd she look?
Yeah, she looked good. She looked real good.
All right, awesome. Frances is on vacation, speaking of cruises, enjoying herself. Well-deserved vacation. Jimmy came back from his cruise at 4-1, and we do appreciate that. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Perhaps, can I ask, do we have any facts of fun?
Oh, we do. We have some fun facts.
It's Freddy's Fun Facts.
And today's fun facts are about the show Frasier.
All right.
So,
one of my favorites.
Got a little Frasier music going on, a little tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Well, your eyes lit up. Wonder what it was. Scrambled eggs.
I can see you and me watching Frasier together someplace. You smoking a cigar, you drinking a beer, and just laughing.
Just laughing.
I mean, I used to love that show. I thought it was funny.
I did too, actually. Now, it's one of the few sitcoms over the years that I caught most of the episodes on. And that's why I thought you'd like some fun facts about the show Frasier. Jan Leaves, who played the kooky Daphne Moon, and the very sexy Daphne Moon, if you ask me, was the highest paid British actress on any series produced in the United States during the show's 11th season.
Now, the brother had the crush on her, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, not Frasier.
But he was married to the crazy one.
Yeah, that we never really saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great.
Despite the fact that the series is famously set in Seattle, Washington, only one episode was actually filmed in the city. The series was shot almost entirely on the Paramount lot in Los Angeles, California. You know, the little pup that Eddie, the dog?
Yeah.
The canine who originated the role of Eddie was a dog named Moose. Later on in the series, Moose's son, Enzo, took over as Eddie.
Enzo! Grab a pizza.
Mm-hmm. There was an Enzo's Pizza in every town, right?
Yeah.
'Cause we had one.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Before Perry Gilpin was given the role, Lisa Kudrow was cast by producers as Roz Doyle.
Oh, wow.
Kudrow's version of Roz wasn't exactly what the producers had in mind, so they opted for Perry Gilpin's take on the character instead. I don't know, that was Frasier's producer on his makeshift show.
I love those scenarios because then, imagine her, she's coming at it thinking my life sucks, and then she gets friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl who was his producer, I loved her.
Yeah.
I thought she was
That was
great.
her, Roz.
Yeah, Roz.
That was the character, Roz Doyle. Today, Frasier is practically synonymous with the city of Seattle. However, the series was supposed to be set in Denver. Producers ultimately went with Seattle to get as far away from Cheers' Boston backdrop as possible.
Okay.
Which is, if you don't know, it was a spinoff from Cheers. John Mahoney never auditioned for the role of Martin Crane. Producers got permission from the powers that be at NBC to hire John Mahoney to play the role of Martin Crane without asking him to audition. His bond with Jane Leeves was evident from day one. I can see why.
He was great.
Frasier was originally an only child. On Cheers, the character for Frasier Crane is an only child. It's later revealed on Frasier that he lied about having a brother, who was Niles, of course, in order to appear cooler in front of his Bostonian friends.
And that makes you cooler, really? What if my brother does that to me?
Duh.
There's no brother.
I'm an only child.
I'm an only child.
Yeah. He's my half-brother.
I woke up, hey, I'm Greek. Who cares?
The callers on Frasier's radio show were played by celebrities. Household names like Ron Howard, Carrie Fisher, Lily Tomlin lent their voices to the KACL airwaves.
Wow.
Crew members read the lines during filming, and the actors' voices were added in during the post-production process. Not bad, huh?
That is amazing.
I didn't realize. A lot of times you pick up on that, right?
Yeah.
You hear a voice on
it's
there.
so
but,
quick.
You don't think about it, too. You don't think that that's actually Ron Howard or Carrie Fisher.
I remember for a long time Paul McCartney was calling into us. So nobody ever knew.
Turned out to be Paul Mercurio.
Yeah, it was just close. Paul M. Same initials.
Finally, in 2020, Kelsey Grammer confirmed that audiences have yet to see The Last of Frasier Crane. A reboot of the series is currently in the works. I think we have talked about that, but there's some fun facts about the show Frasier.
And the girl that he married, Frasier, obviously, that was his character, but he married a girl from New Jersey. And ironically enough, one of my good friends dated her for a while. They ended up in a bad divorce, and Frasier got his clock cleaned. But yeah.
So do you mean Kelsey Grammer?
Kelsey Grammer.
In real life. We're talking real life stuff.
Real, yeah. It was one of my buddy's girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
He was married to her for a while. I know it ended in a bad divorce and all that other stuff.
Now, did your buddy date her after or before?
Way before.
Before, okay.
So, and then when they were like in her 20s.
So
and everything.
he already knew that she was crazy.
Yes. And he did say that she would clean his clock.
And she did. I'm sure.
Sometimes people just don't change. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back and talk about a guy who isn't changing either, and he's going back home to where it all started. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll be back.
Rover's Morning Glory.
I couldn't burp for the longest time. So then I went to the doctor and I asked what's going on. They gave me an upper GI, I think it's called, where you drink this milkshake that's like filled with metal and they show an x-ray. So one guy had suggested, he said, I don't think you're swallowing right, so we can sign you up for swallowing lessons.
We do it at my house at 10 p.m. on Friday nights.
Yeah. Just we have to wear a blindfold and there's going to be a lot of different things going down there.
We'll give you an injection of hot liquid at the end.
Yeah,
right down the throat.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, why is the left so eager to push the trans agenda on our kids? Don't miss the eye-opening episode with Yaku Boyens. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better," unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Do bank closures, inflation rate hikes, and the roller coaster of the market frighten you as much as it does me? You need to call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick the precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today and learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan at 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop.
Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's springtime in South Florida, which means things are heating up. Hey, it's Megan, and I have the perfect spirit to help you cool off in the Florida heat. It's Knox and Dunn Florida Rum. It's distilled, blended, and aged right here in Florida, but the best part is the taste. How refreshing does a mojito with Knox and Dunn Florida Rum sound for a refreshing twist? Or crack open your favorite ginger beer and pour yourself a Florida Mule made with Knox and Dunn. Knox and Dunn is so versatile that even whiskey and bourbon drinkers have made the switch. I know I have. Ask for Knox and Dunn Florida Rum at your favorite liquor store today.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Crash in Boynton Beach, southbound 95 on the exit ramp to Boynton Beach Boulevard. Looking elsewhere, and we still have some slowdowns coming into Palm Beach from Broward. Northbound crash 95 at Palmetto Park Road. Elsewhere, Royal Palm Beach Southern Boulevard still shut down eastbound between Forest Hill and Royal Palm Beach Boulevard due to a crash involving a tractor trailer and an investigation. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Biggie Bag. When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal with your choice of JBC, double stack or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink. Biggie hits every time. So grab a Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit. Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Real Radio 92.1. Your chance to win $1,000 every hour is the keyword. It's coming at you with our boy, Rover. Jimmy is in the house.
Hello, hello. And if you go to realradio921.com, a little window's going to pop up for you. Enter CASH, CASH, at realradio921.com, and you'll be in the running for this hour's $1,000. Good afternoon, Greek.
Thank you, buddy. Frances is out today. She's on vacation, on a cruise, enjoying herself.
Again.
No, I'm kidding. Pete Davidson's coming back to Saturday Night Live. Man, there's so much going on next weekend. There really is. You've definitely got a big event for me, Kentucky Derby. I'm jacked up.
Kentucky Derby. Greek's going to be at Strikes. Greek's going to be at Prime. Greek's going to be at where else going to be, buddy?
That's it. That's it. Those two places. I'll be at New York Prime and Strikes. That's it.
No,
Kentucky
Derby is this coming weekend or the
No. 2 weekends from now.
2 weekends from now. All right.
And that's when Pete Davidson is going to host Saturday Night Live.
All
going
right.
back.
All right.
He left last year, and he's had a very good career, doing a lot of different things that he's involved in. A lot of notoriety for him, who he dated a lot of times. Got into a little bit of a fender bender a couple months ago, but Pete Davidson coming back, and a lot of people do that who were on Saturday Night Live, and then they're coming back and hosting. Eddie Murphy came back about a year ago. That was a famous one because he didn't come back for years and years and years, and obviously he's an icon in the movie business now. But yeah, Pete Davidson coming back. I'm interested to see it and his opening monologue. I'm sure it'll be funny and interesting. But he did have some comments I read about in a podcast where he thought it was, they would always ask him about his dating life and different things like that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and he's got to understand. I mean, that's, you're getting the fame from that. Obviously, you're a comedian and you got a Saturday Night Live, but some of the girls he dated were A-listers that the world want to know about.
Well, did we read something the other day that he's like, I don't want all this attention, and especially about his dating life. And I'm thinking, well, again, you're another one of those people that you put it out there, and then now you're kind of
poo-pooing it.
Where, hey, I don't want to be in the spotlight, but I want to be in the spotlight. I was kind of surprised by that. That's why I kind of took it with a grain of salt.
And it's who he dates, too. I mean, it's a two-way.
Exactly.
I mean, that's, if again, we've always talked about this. Like, if you don't want to be seen or you don't want to be known, or whatever it is, if you're at that level, stay away.
Then again, he was with
Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
One of the biggest names in the world.
Sure.
But he was with a lot of girls that were very, the famous singer, I forget her name, what the hell, he was engaged to her.
Jewel?
No, Grande.
Oh, okay.
Jewel.
I thought it was pretty close.
Yeah, he went out with a lot of famous girls. So, I mean, that's, you're going to get notoriety. You get it. You run with it. And a lot of doors opened for him, I'm sure, because of the connections and the people that they knew. But he is going to be back on Saturday Night Live 2 weeks from now. I'll check it out. I definitely will want to see him. And a lot of people have come back.
Have you seen too many of them this year? And I shouldn't say too many. Let me rephrase that. Have you seen any Saturday Night Lives this year?
No. A couple, like,
bits and pieces. You heard about something? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious if they were having a good season or not.
Yeah, I seen a couple where, like, and the thing, again, you see a lot on social media. Will do, replay opening monologues and stuff like that. I saw the one, actually, the one I did see, and I watched her about 30 minutes live, was Kelsey.
Oh, okay.
From the Chiefs. I was curious when he was on. He did a good job.
Right.
I thought he did a good job. I saw his opening
right. Yeah.
That was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that was the only one that I really saw.
Okay. I was curious because they lost like 4 or 5 people last year, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of their veterans, too.
Yeah.
They were with the show quite a while. And, of course, they're not only the comedians, but they're also the writers, and they create it. So I was just kind of curious whether they were having a good season or not.
Yeah, they have a big cast. I mean, they got obviously the people in front of you, which you see 10 people, but there's like 30 writers behind you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Who was a writer for them and did not get along with them, and they didn't think he had enough talent here's a trivia question, Larry David.
Oh, right, yeah.
Larry David wrote.
I'd heard about that.
He wrote for them for a year, and he said he only had one of his things, actually make TV, and he was like, I'm out of here after a year. But that's unique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see a guy like that, and obviously what he created with Jerry Seinfeld, he's an icon, obviously, and a huge. But yeah, he worked with them for a year. I saw him on an interview, and he said, only one of my actual treatments, got made it to TV.
Right.
Because they said they get, tons of stuff every week. But he was saying 20, 30 writers in there.
And they have all those writers and the comedians here.
Yeah.
They're right there. And I think Tina Fey, she wrote for them quite a while before she actually ended up becoming on camera, if I remember right, too.
You're right. She was great. She was really good.
Yeah, I liked her.
I liked her.
She played characters very well.
Oh, she definitely did. She did a great job. And like I said, she was all of them, a lot of them, the ones that we're all familiar with over the years. But he's coming back the weekend of the Kentucky Derby. It is the Greek. It is Jimmy. It is a Thursday. We're going to come back with a trifecta. I'm going to tell you about a basketball player, Antoine Walker, had a very unique life and a lot more in the Penthouse. Peace.
We're everywhere you need to be. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
This is 3-time Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fresh from Florida.
The Panthers host Carolina tonight to close out the regular season. Florida can pass the idle Islanders and clinch the top wildcard spot in the East with a win. A season-defining game is looming for the Heat. Miami hosts Chicago tomorrow with a winner claiming the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And the daughter of Bulls star DeMar DeRozan helped her dad win an NBA play-in game last night, causing several Toronto missed free throws with blood-curdling screams from courtside. I'm Scott Davidson.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com. A message from the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun. but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains.
These days, $10 doesn't get you very far, but with Brightline, guests can ride to Aventura Mall, try a new brunch spot in Boca Raton, or the next Miami Heat game. Brightline makes getting around South Florida easier than ever. Book your next ride at GoBrightline.com.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you losing sleep over your IRS problems? Do you owe the IRS money, are getting audited, or have not filed all of your returns? If so, you may need help. You could call the IRS and wait on hold for a couple of hours, but they are not going to tell you all of your rights. In many cases, they just want your money. You could call a company across the country, you know, the one with an 800 number you hear on commercials. Good luck getting them to help you with an IRS officer in South Florida. Or you could call me, Steve Klitzner. I'm a Miami attorney, and my practice is exclusively focused on helping people and businesses who have IRS problems, and I will listen to your situation and tell you my thoughts. A consultation with me is free. I will use all my powers and all my skills to help you immediately. Call me today at 305-682-1118. That's 305-682-1118.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Here's how we long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Southbound 95, just north of Boynton Beach Boulevard. We have vehicles blocking the right lane there with a crash, injuries, and so you'll have an investigation. It's going to take some time to clear up. That is definitely a troubled spot for you. Elsewhere, not seeing much in the way of backups as far as 95 is concerned. Turnpike looks good. I'm Joel Mountain.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Biggie Bag. When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal with your choice of JBC.
21 and 1017. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for always listening to Real Radio 921. I am the Greek. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
We got a trifecta and a couple people on hold. We'll get to you momentarily.
Riders
Oh,
up.
big word.
It's Creek's trifecta.
Tampa Bay, they won again, baby. 12-0. Get on that train. It's a little late now because it's left the station. But 12-0, hats off to Tampa Bay. Great start, and this team's got to get support. That's what they need. They need fans out there. Last weekend, during the winning streak, they only had 11,000 fans one night. That's very sad. I've said it before. More people in their strip clubs than there are at the game. So let's get out there and represent and give Tampa some love. Also, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Lightning, they do very good. And you know what? They get a lot of people out there, so let's represent. Get out there. Panthers have made the playoffs, so hats off to the Florida Panthers. A good season. Anytime you can make the playoffs, hopefully they can get on the ice and do what they need to do and maybe make a run in the playoffs. Boston Bruins set the record this year for the most victories during the season. And the Miami Heaters, they are playing Friday night in Miami. Friday night in Miami as they take on the Bulls. And Bulls are 3-0 this year against the Heat. Last night, Toronto's up by 19. Thank God I didn't have this game, and they end up losing. That sucks when a team's up 19, 22 points, and they blow the lead. Bulls came back in the second half, stormed past them, and beat Toronto. So it's the Heaters and the Bulls, Friday night Miami. Loser, pack your bags and hang out at Club Space in Miami because you got a lot of free time till next year. Heat and Bulls on Friday night. And that is your trifecta for lunchtime. Jimmy, I think we have somebody at home.
We do. We have our buddy Evan checking in with us. Evan, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, boys.
What's up, Evan? How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Got two quick things for you. Greek, I don't know if you brought this up, but if the Heat gives up 63 rebounds to the Bulls, they will definitely not win.
Okay. When did they give up 63 rebounds?
To the Hawks.
Oh, yeah, they got crushed with the Hawks. They were losing by 24. Yeah, they didn't play well at all.
Yeah.
They're not they're not the same team they were last year. They're just not. And I don't know if they even beat the Bulls Friday night. I'm not being negative. I'm just being realistic. I liked the Hawks the other night. Plus, they were getting 5. And I just thought that the Heat are bad at home. They don't cover the number, and they don't win real lot. So, not a great year.
Well, we hope they get into the playoffs. They got to beat if they beat the Bulls, at least we got some fun to watch them in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, they would they would play Milwaukee in the first round, which is a tough task. I think Milwaukee wins it all.
You never know because they can get hot.
No, I know.
In the playoffs, anybody can get hot. But
of course,
Now I've got a trivia for you.
All right.
Name the most famous professional basketball player that never played in the NBA.
The most famous basketball player.
professional basketball player that never played in the NBA.
Meadowlark Lemon?
That's it.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, nice. Great guess there. Jimmy, what do you think of that? Bing, bing, bing.
Not bad.
Hey, nice. Nothing in front of me, no computer, not checking anything. All right. We like that. Anytime we get a win, we appreciate it. How do you think the Yanks will be this year, Evan? Over 90 games?
Well, as long they got goal, Cole's looking good. Yeah, they're always good for at least 90. You know that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be tough.
And where did Meadowlark Lemon go to college?
That I do not know.
He went to a college in Florida, not a college in Florida. That'll narrow it down a little bit.
Florida college. I can't think of anything. I'm going to say something up north.
Well, yeah, it's not Miami.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess something up north. Who is it?
Oh, okay. Well, that
narrowed it down.
That answer would win you on Jeopardy.
I don't know. I'm telling you. I'm guessing. I don't think he went to Miami. I know he didn't go to FAU.
No, it's A&M.
I was going to say that. I was going to say A&M, the school with the band that they're famous for having a marching band.
Yep, and Bullet Bob Hayes.
What about him?
He went there.
Oh, he went to A&M? Yeah, he was great, Bob Hayes. I mean, Olympic runner, a gold medal, and with the Dallas Cowboys for years. I think he won a Super Bowl with the Cowboys. I think he did. I'm not 100% sure. I think he won when they were played the Colts.
I think they beat the Colts.
No, they lost to the Colts, 17-14 O'Brien. I think he was on the team that beat the Dolphins.
Okay, then that was the next year, 72. Okay, then they beat the Dolphins. Okay, that's what I know. He was. It was fun to watch that guy, man, because he was like the first track star in the NFL, and no quarterback could throw it long enough for him.
No, I know. He was good, Bob Hayes. He passed away a couple years ago, number 22.
Well, then I guess Emmett Smith took his number then.
Yeah, Emmett did take his number and do it a lot of good, obviously. He's had a Hall of Fame career, and he's the all-time rusher, so hats off. Cowboys have been lucky with 22 and 88.
Say that again?
Cowboys have been lucky with 22 and 88, those numbers.
Oh, yeah. I think Dez was the last 88?
Yeah, but, you had Drew Pearson, obviously, Michael Irvin, so a lot of good 88s. All right, Evan, we appreciate the call. Thank you so much for always tuning in. You're always welcome, buddy. Go Yanks.
Peace out.
Peace out. 877-927-6969. Bucket list. What's on your bucket list if you have something?
Got this one wrote in 2025. We're going to France and Paris to see the Paris and France to see the rebuilt Notre Dame Cathedral.
Yeah, that's amazing. I remember, I'm sure you do, a couple years ago and had that fire. And
unbelievable seeing that, the damage and the history that was lost.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they, you can rebuild anything, but that's a big thing.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And now you're going out to see it. Antoine Walker played in the NBA for 13 years. Jimmy, you want to guess how much he made? Ballpark?
I'm not familiar with him, so I don't know if he played for 13 years.
He did very well.
100 million?
Yep, pretty close. 108 million.
Oh,
that's what he
all right,
made.
not bad.
He was talking about it, and a lot of people who follow the NBA and stuff know about this. He had a bad situation where he lived a crazy lifestyle, wanted to be a rapper. He said, like Jay-Z, liked to gamble, and he lost $108 million.
Well, that's what he lost.
Yeah, he's
not
done.
What he made. So he's broke. Is that the?
Yeah, he's broke.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his life back in order. He's working with TNT, a couple different things he's doing. He's a counselor. But he just talks about his mishap and obviously what you need to do when you have that kind of money. Get counseling, get some financial advice. But he did make $108 million, and he just lost away. And he also said one of the biggest things is say no to your friends. Now, you can't blame anybody else for things that you do. You got to take responsibility. But he liked to gamble, and gamble big on golf, on the casinos and stuff like that. But anytime somebody loses that kind of money and has a career earnings of $108 million and doesn't have anything left to show for it, that's a pretty bad scenario.
You ever think that any of these leagues, whether it's Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, you think they'll ever get to a point, especially with the rookies, where they give them a certain allowance to live on, and then the rest of the money they tuck away somewhere that they'll have access to? later on in life. Because to me, one of the biggest problems is they're just immature. They get they're 22, 25 years old. They get $20 million handed right to them in a check, and then, they go nuts.
I mean, it is something that could be on the table. I don't know if it would ever happen with the union that they have, but it might not be a good thing. You do hear certain players say that, you know what, Gronk was one who said he never spent a paycheck from the Patriots. He lived on his endorsements.
Disciplined from day one.
Yeah. So I think there are people just like individuals as you and I are, anybody else is. It's money management, being disciplined, knowing when you can and can't do something. Buying something that you can just maybe put on credit is a lot of people's eyes sometimes looking at like, you know what, you really didn't buy it. You got to pay it off and the interest. But he talked about a lot of different things like that. But I think that is something I've never heard, but it could be a concept that people look into.
Yeah.
I signed for $5 million after,
I'm not saying I agree with it. It's an idea that I've heard floated out there that, again, it's their money. It's hard to say, well, you can't have it. So I don't think it's necessarily a great idea, but I get it from a standpoint of it helps these guys set up for their future. And, because you know what happens. I mean, even the NFL, I mean, they try. They send these rookies to class, which I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
Yep, they do.
But they send these guys to class and, try to teach them, hey, here's what you got to do. You've got to be responsible. You got to show up to, team practices and meetings on time and all that whole thing when you're getting into the league and how important those things are. But a lot of times these guys get the money and they want to be the baller. They've just all of a sudden they can take their friends out everywhere and they want to play that party life. And
I
think a lot of times these guys go broke.
I think there's a lot of different things today with the athletes. I think social media hurts them too, even with women.
Makes it worse.
Where, maybe years ago you went to a hotel, right? And they were talking about this with the NBA players and you met people around the hotel. They're talking about guys now are landing and girls are, texting them or Instagram, 20 girls to meet you there. Another thing, guys, you're out there, you're having kids. Guys who have, 4 or 5 different kids and have to pay alimony. That could be millions of dollars because it's based on your salary. Certain situations like that. But again, at the end of the day, it comes to being responsible, good, bad, or indifferent.
Got to be.
And that's what it's all about. But yeah, he's telling his story about how he lost $108 million. It's not a quiet so I mean, it's been out there for a while, but it resurfaced again. Now, we talked about this, Jimmy, and I know you got a little bit about it, where Major League Baseball is changing the little beer rules.
Well, you mentioned this yesterday, right? About how because the games are shorter now.
Yeah.
So I saw an article on it too this morning because I mean we're lucky that we kind of get some of this stuff ahead of time. So we were talking a little bit about yesterday, and I saw an article about this. So according to that article, the 9-inning games are down 31 minutes, which is right about what you were saying yesterday, right? So and because of that. What's it saying? The fastest average time right now since 1984 is what they're having. The pitch clock is being given most of the credit for that, for the shortened games.
I believe it.
Which makes sense. I mean, I get it. And then a couple of the other things to go with it, like I think the pitcher can only go over to throw the first base if there's a somebody on first base, like once an at-bat or something like that. But anyway, so it is the games are quite shorter. And, of course, you were mentioning yesterday that because of this, alcohol sales are down. And not only that, but even, regular concessions. And what they're even saying is like for memorabilia, too, the merchandise sales are down as well. That kind of seems weird. I wouldn't think that a shortened game would change. But apparently it is, at least according to this. And, of course, you were mentioning it. So some of the teams are, and like the rule was the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Apparently that is by stadium.
Okay.
All right. So that is one thing that I saw about that. We weren't 100% sure on it. I think you were pretty more. I thought so. So at the end of the 7th inning is when they were cutting off alcohol sales. But now 4 teams have already pushed that back to the 8th inning, which is what we were kind of talking about yesterday. Those teams are the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Texas Rangers, the Twins, and the Brewers. They have all. How about that, huh?
Brewers. It makes sense, baby. Get the beer.
A little bit of coincidence there. A handful of other teams are talking about, too. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you see that pretty much amongst the whole league.
I think it's going to add to it. Once, people start seeing money come back and losing it. You know what I think you're going to see another thing of? That's something that went away for a long time. I think they bring back doubleheaders. because that's been really limited the last
Oh,
5
so
or
they pretty much. Oh, all right. So where they're scheduled as a doubleheader,
Yeah.
because right now they just play them as a makeup game, right? Is that how they do it?
There's some scheduled during the year, but it's not a lot.
Not a
and
lot,
they
okay.
went away from it a lot. And I think you might start seeing that again, where they come back and say, okay, well, we'll get you for another game. You're going to be there 4 hours.
That's plausible, considering the fact if it's only like what, a 2.5 hour, 2 hour and 20-minute game now. So
See,
yeah, I
players
can see
hate it.
that.
I mean, the players definitely hate it. They don't like that. But again, it shows you, though, baseball, today is what, April 13th?
Yep.
So we're less than 2 weeks, they're making adjustments. That's amazing that they're seeing already, a downspin.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah. 2 weeks. Yep.
2 weeks. And you would think, like, man, maybe they'll look at it, 3 months. It's a 6-month season. Let's see how it is, what adjustments. But right away, they're saying, okay, the time's going down, the beer is going down.
They see the revenue isn't coming in.
Sure.
It doesn't take long for them to react to that, right?
Of course. And I want to see how TV ratings are, if they get any better or any worse. You don't know. I would think maybe a little better because, again, less time, because people bitched about that all the time, that you're just sitting there for 3 hours. But it is interesting that they turn around right away and they say, okay, we got to extend it. And I hope they don't do the other things to the fans as raise the prices, because that's what you see a lot of times too. We're making less, so we got, we've talked about that.
And concession prices are already just stupid high.
No.
It's dumb.
No, a guy takes his son to a ball game today, it's at least $1.50.
Yeah.
With parking.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, and depending on what seats you get.
And that's nosebleeds.
Yeah, you're getting, seats maybe $50.
That's $20 seats at Yankee Stadium when you're in the 400 section.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Yankee, forget about it. Like, you could go to a Marlin game, I think, as a father and son for less than $100 for a Marlin game. Yeah, because the seats are very expensive.
What's parking there?
I think it's $20, 30.
20, yeah.
I've seen seats.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I've seen seats as low as $15.
Right,
for the game.
Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, roughly. But
I was surprised because I looked it up for Yankees games, and now, granted, again, these are,
Upstairs.
400 level. So, I mean, you're talking about way up there. And I was surprised to see them at $20, $25.
Sure.
I thought they'd be even higher than that for their minimum price.
Yeah, that's
but that's not too bad considering.
That's good for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting any,
But
in the downstairs.
That's it. You're paying $20 for a hot dog.
Yeah, that's it. You are. You're paying everything you're paying money for. You're getting robbed on. But that's the way they do it today in sports. You're there. You're going to pay. It's just the way it is. You have no chance to move around it. We were just discussing the beer because of the situation where the games are quicker because of the clock, and now it's changing. Jimmy, we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we do. We got our buddy Riggs checking in with us. Hey, Riggs, what's going on, pal? Going to see the Reds recently?
Hey, I did. I was there just the other weekend, actually.
Oh, wow.
The games were a lot. They went a lot faster, like you said. Before we knew it was getting time to go. It was kind of cold, but it was nice. It was enjoyable. They had a good couple of innings, and they beat Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
Now, as far as the changes are concerned with like the no shift rule, of course, the pitch clock, things like that, do you like the game better that way?
Well, yeah, because I'm not I don't know if baseball like Greek does or some other people who were born here. So I only understand it a little bit. So by the third, fourth inning, I'm ready to go. Because it was taking too long for me.
Okay.
So this way, we just went in, hung out a little bit, had something to eat, and finished the game, and then left. It was like the perfect experience.
There you go.
I mean, there are some fans like it, some fans don't. It's different. And opening day, the first month, there's a little bit more excitement around teams because everybody's in contention. But I think this year people also got a little bit of a kick with the World Classic with baseball. People watched it. But also in the beginning of the season, people are excited because their team still has a chance. As the summer goes on, the teams do bad, then people say, I'm not going to go. They suck. But I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And they also legalize sports betting, right, in Cincinnati?
Yeah,
Ohio?
Yep. Legalization, gambling legalization is happening all throughout here as a revenue generation tactic. So Kentucky's doing the same thing. On the baseball thing, though, what I noticed is I spend a lot less money at the concession. So because here you'll spend at least $10-12 on a beer. So if you go to the full game, you're at least $3-4 beers deep, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Whereas this time, we barely had time to have one, and then we left. So I was like, oh, like it didn't cost me a whole bunch of money like usually.
And that's what they're
and
saying.
That's what they're saying. They're losing money on concessions, and that's why they want to make it so that you can continue to buy beers later on in the game, where they used to cut off sales at the end of the seventh inning, and now they're talking to four places made it the eighth. And Greek mentioned yesterday you'll probably see it go full game, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
They'll go to ninth.
Yeah.
They definitely will. You also might see some things where they start selling beer maybe in parking lots.
Mm-hmm.
Where they put up like mini, huts and everything, get people before they go in.
Sure.
Again, just thinking outside the box, but they're looking like, hey, we got to get you. Maybe if you're outside, we'll grab you on the way in.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but because again, you want to get that revenue stream, and that's where it comes from. Concessions, they make millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
How is that stadium, Riggs?
It's nice. It's right on the river.
Mm-hmm.
It's built up, so it's super high if you get to the remote seats. But it's kind of older. No, the stadium is nice. It's fine. You can see there's not a bad seat in the house. You have a beautiful backdrop of the Ohio River. The area right before, they call it like the riverbanks. It's full of like clubs and restaurants, so you can go and pregame it there and have a great. The entire day can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
It's just a baseball game.
You do a lot, Riggs, I got to say. Every time we talk to you, you're out there and supporting the community and the soccer. I know you follow soccer. You like the Bengals and you like the Reds, so that's great.
Yeah.
It's great you do that.
Yeah. Well, like somebody said, we'll only get a chance to do it once, but if you do it right, that's all you need, or something like that. I forget.
Sinatra.
Once is enough.
Yep, Sinatra said, you only live life once, but if you do it right, once is enough. And for him, I'm sure it worked out that way. And like I said, you're out there and you got a lot of opportunities to do it, so it's great. Enjoy.
Yeah. So speaking of the bucket list item.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would want to play on an NFL playoff game, like be a part of the team, and then get an interception and try to run it back.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be all. So you want to actually be on the team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's we haven't heard that. We're not going that greedy. We're just about going to the game.
Well,
I don't want to be on the roster.
But bucket list items I guess they don't always have to be obtainable. I mean, no offense to you, Riggs. I mean, I don't know if you would have the skills to be able to.
Mark Wahlberg in that movie. Yeah.
Okay, in the Eagle movie. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was more of something that we were talking about things you want to do. Like guys were saying Ferraris, maybe go to Super Bowl, go to championship fight. Jimmy brought up traveling, things like that. Maybe on a movie set. Jimmy Kimmel.
I'd say if that's the case, then I would want to do skydiving. Try skydiving.
There you go. Yeah, very obtainable.
See, I thought you want to sit in the studio one day with us. I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, with you.
We do have red chairs here, so you would feel good with the red.
Yeah. Our colors are black and red.
You just said it has to be something attainable, right? So I just wrote that off. But otherwise, that would have been my first pick.
There you go.
That's obtainable.
Sure is.
That's just $8.
You're in.
Give us $8 and we're going.
I'll let you in. Just you can send me a text when you walk by the door. I'll let you in.
$8, you're in, and we'll throw in a canary. So whatever you want.
Ooh.
Inflation is tough.
All right, we'll go as low as 4, but we don't want to tell anybody. Riggs, we love you, brother.
Right.
You're the best.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call.
Bye.
Take care, Riggs.
Do we have time for somebody else?
Actually, no. We got to hit a break here, and coming up on the other side of this break, we got some Florida stories coming up. I got a story about a karaoke night that got out of hand, and a dumbass that robs a bunch of Home Depot stores, but ended up using his real ID, so that didn't work out too well. And some good news: 2 brothers convicted for scamming COVID-19 PPP money are in behind bars. Also coming up on the other side of the short break, we have another keyword and another chance at $1,000. Now, all you got to do, go to realradio921.com. A little window will pop up for you. Get the keyword that's coming up on the other side of this break. Enter the keyword right there in that little window, and that's it. You'll be in the running for $1,000, and that's happening here on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7 on the Treasure Coast.
We're everywhere you need to be. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun. but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Biggie Bag. When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal with your choice of JBC, double stack or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink. Biggie hits every time. So grab a Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
What if you could do business without busy work? With Ramp, you can. Ramp is the future of finance with smart automation, corporate cards, and spend management. Just imagine, no more expense reports or shuffling wrinkled receipts. No more slogging through invoices or getting surprised by unexpected charges. Just your business's big idea with smart spend controls, automation that crushes busy work, and real-time insights so you can make it happen. In other words, Ramp completely reimagined finance to make it work for your business. Get set up, issue corporate cards, and start making payments in less than 15 minutes. See how Ramp does finance. Join today and get $250 just for signing up. Just go to ramp.com/finance. That's ramp.com/finance to get $250 for signing up. That's ramp.com/finance.
Oceana Cruises small luxurious ships carry a maximum of 1,238 guests, serving the finest cuisine at sea and destination-rich itineraries that span the globe. Expertly curated experiences aboard and available at more than 600 ports in over 100 countries. Learn more about the Oceana Cruises experience and limited-time extraordinary savings with fares from $8.99 per guest by calling 855-977-9606 or visiting oceanacruises.com or contacting a travel advisor. Oceana Cruises, your world, your way.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Big backups in Boynton Beach. Accident 95 South right before Boynton Beach Boulevard. 3 right lanes are blocked. Left lane of your off-ramp blocked as well. Boca crash finally clearing 95 North at Palmetto Park Road. And make sure that you slow down for bicycles on your commute. That's traffic on Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Hurry and shop the final days of Springfest at Lowe's. Get select 1-pint annuals, 4 for $5, and refresh your garden for less. Shop Lowe's today because Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/19. In-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Varies by location while supplies last.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio 1. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for always tuning in to Real Radio 92.1. Francis out on vacation. She'll be back with us next week. And Jimmy is back in the house. Always good to see him and hear him. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And Jimmy right now is going to handle some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, one of the favorite weapons of choice in Florida, of course, is the machete. And I've got a story involving one. A Florida man is being accused of pulling out a machete after a Brevard County bar denied his request to continue singing karaoke. Travis Jordan, 39, of Cape Canaveral, was arrested and booked into jail on a breach of peace and disorderly conduct charge up there in Brevard. According to an arrest affidavit, the incident happened at the Kennedy Lamp Post Bar on North Atlantic Avenue. After the suspect pulled out the 18-inch machete, a person at the bar encouraged him to peacefully hand it to her, fearing for the safety of others, of course. During the encounter, bar staff told deputies that everyone started to freak out. I think that's a fair assumption that would happen.
Yeah, I would think so. Machetes would do that.
Yeah, they might have a tendency of making people a little bit freaked out. Jordan eventually handed the machete to the woman, and that was nice that it worked out that way, who gave it to the bar staff while she called law enforcement. When deputies arrived at the bar, they spoke with Jordan, who described as being very intoxicated. During the conversation, Jordan said he was carrying a concealed weapon because he had been threatened 2 days ago and needed to stay alert, quote unquote, in order to protect himself. Deputies said that he had no reason to, pull out the machete because there was no threat to him at the time. Here's one that I kind of like. I like to see when people get punished for things that they did wrong. 2 brothers were sentenced to over 2 years behind bars for participating in a COVID-19 fraud scheme. The Department of Justice said on Monday that Demaurice Blaze from Georgia was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months in prison, while his brother Alexander of Florida was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months in prison. The duo was found guilty of submitting fraudulent applications for $1.6 million in loans through the Paycheck Protection Program. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, Office of the Inspector General, and the FBI Miami field office investigated the case. According to court documents, Demaurice and Alexander worked together to submit fraudulent PPP applications. Demaurice was a tax preparer and used the expertise that he knew to fake tax documents and then submitted them in support of the fraudulent applications. The Department of Justice said the duo fabricated information about 3 alleged companies. 2 later were revealed to be completely fake. For the third company, the brothers falsely inflated the numbers of employees and payroll costs. Apparently, that one was a legit business. Instead of 41 employees working at the company, there's only 1. In Palm Beach County, by the way, a Paycheck Protection Task Force was created to catch these criminals who stole COVID-19 relief money. I didn't know we had one specifically here in Palm Beach, so that's good.
Yeah, they were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, and I think Franny answered it too, that we have our own task force because it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's great.
Finally, a statewide investigation led to the arrest of a man and several others accused of selling heavy equipment they stole from Home Depot stores throughout Florida. My favorite county in the world other than Palm Beach. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office,
Polk County,
the suspects would rent items such as utility loaders, stump grinders, trenchers, and mini excavators from the retail giant, not bring them back, and then sell the equipment on social media. Hey, because that's where I'm going to go when I need a mini bucket loader. I'm going to the marketplace on Facebook.
Well, people think maybe they're going to get a good deal.
Well,
and that's a paper trail.
Apparently they did. The investigation began in late 2021 when Home Depot investigators began reviewing large equipment overdue rentals and found a pattern of activity. The overdue rentals and thefts had several similarities. They were one-day rentals only by renters with Orlando addresses, and of course, the GPS devices installed on the units were disabled within hours. The equipment leaving the store. I didn't realize that they had GPS devices on there, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
The stolen equipment was then posted on social media sales sites such as Facebook Marketplace. According to Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, Brian Johnson was tied to several thefts via video surveillance, social media messages, and text messages. Like Greek said, this guy's leaving a paper trail everywhere.
Everywhere.
He often used his own identification, too, when completing the rental agreement and his own Facebook page to post the equipment for sale. I mean, talking about making it easy for the investigators,
yeah.
Johnson told the unsuspecting buyers that he was a construction worker going out of business. Now, this is just a couple of examples of some of the stuff that he, taken from the Home Depots. There was a whole list of it on this article. Johnson is currently serving a 1.5-year sentence in Florida State Prison for a bunch of these crimes. And that is your What the Florida.
A lot of these people, when they do things, the more they do it, they just think there's nothing wrong. I'm not going to get caught. And it almost seems in their mind like it is normal.
Well, the thing about that, too, like with that particular case there, I mean, that goes back to 2021. This guy's been doing this for 2 years, using his own ID, using his own Facebook account, and he's been getting away with it for 2 years. How do you do that? How do you do that for 2 years and not get caught? I mean, I guess some people just look a blind eye or they don't look that. Somewhere he was doing a little trickery, but.
Well, again, they weren't looking for it.
Apparently.
It's like anything else that, like I said, people do things that are not right or wrong illegally. And the more they do it in their mind, the more it's okay.
You would think, though, that a big box store like that, I mean, if I rent something that's got that much value to it, of course, you got to put on some sort of deposit and things like that. Now, maybe use a fraudulent credit card and things like that. But this guy used his own ID and his own Facebook account. And you would think that would be easy. Hey, he didn't bring it back in a day like he was supposed to. I would have thought that they would try to track that down sooner.
Oh, you would think
Guess
so.
not. I don't know.
And you would think also there'd be criminal charges.
The good part about it is he did get caught, and he's behind bars.
Which is good.
Yep.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Don't forget your chance to win $1,000. Come on, Real Radio. Step it up. We're going to come back with stereotypes about each state and see if they're true or false. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll be back. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
I couldn't burp for the longest time. So then I went to the doctor and I asked what's going on. They gave me an upper GI, I think it's called, where you drink this milkshake that's like filled with metal and they show an x-ray. So one guy had suggested, he said, I don't think you're swallowing right, so we can sign you up for swallowing lessons.
We do it at my house at 10 p.m. on Friday nights.
Yeah. Just we have to wear a blindfold and there's going to be a lot of different things going down there.
We'll give you an injection of hot liquid at the end. Right down the throat.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability, and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, why is the left so eager to push the trans agenda on our kids? Don't miss the eye-opening episode with Yaku Boyens. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Summit Racing has parts and accessories to keep your truck rolling right. Parts like lift kits, intakes, exhaust, tires, lighting, and more. From custom grills to tonneau covers, Summit Racing has you covered. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network. The complete connectivity solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 24 months when you add mobile. And ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and AutoPay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do bank closures, inflation rate hikes, and the roller coaster of the market frighten you as much as it does me? You need to call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick the precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today and learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan at 833-404-GOLD. That's 833 833-404-GOLD.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Lease a car, just Florida resident partner. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Boynton Beach accident now taking up one right lane. It's 95 south before Boynton Beach Boulevard, but the left lane of your off-ramp is blocked. Same location, 95 south before Boynton Beach Boulevard. We are stop and go from Lantana Road. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. It pays to be a pro at Lowe's. Right now, save big on DeWalt power tools, accessories, and more. Plus, find big savings on job lot quantities when buying in bulk. Because Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last. Minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week. Check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty.
The #1 health podcast in the world, thanks to each and every one of you that come back every week to listen, learn, and grow.
Sharing
Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yeah, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday afternoon. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkie coming at you. And then you got Rover coming for an hour, and then Lex and Terry. That is the lineup on Real Radio. Francis is out this week on vacation on a cruise. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And I know Jimmy's got a couple stereotypes and some emails that we're going to get to.
Yeah, we got some emails to get into. By the way, Greek, you want $1,000?
Yes.
All right. Well, here's $1,000.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How about that? That's nice and easy. But you know, another easy way to get $1,000 is take the keyword BILLS, BILLS, and go to realradio921.com. A little window will pop right up for you, and just enter it there, and you'll be in the running for $1,000 in the 1 p.m. hour. Now, Greek just mentioned it. I got a bunch of emails here today I wanted to go through. Some of them are obviously on topic. So apparently this person wrote in and says, Tony Dungy counsels young athletes regarding saving money and curbing their lifestyle. So we were talking about that with these guys all of a sudden get a lot of money and then they end up blowing it. You said Antoine Walker
yes.
Ended up going through $108 million from his career. And that's right. I have heard that about Tony Dungy. He likes to take these guys under his wings and
help them.
Hopefully they get some good advice there. Our good friend Sarah B. from Nashville wrote in regarding bucket list. Going to a Super Bowl is on her list as well. Are they going to be in Tennessee anytime soon that you can think of? I'm trying to think of who has it coming up other than Vegas.
I don't know any in a couple of years from now. I know Vegas this year.
I also want to travel the world and taste dishes from the places they originated because Americans have probably messed them up.
Oh.
Definitely want an authentic gyro. Hashtag Greek. Oh, how about that, huh? She knows what buttons to push. Sarah B. also wrote in saying, as far as we were talking about baseball, too.
Yes.
As far as the concessions are concerned, she says, I remember when I was young enough to audition for American Idol after the first 2 or 3 seasons. So apparently when she auditioned, they were in stadiums. And the stadiums, they ended up finally opening up the concession stands at the stadiums that they were at.
Probably because of so many people.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, because they get thousands and thousands there. So, yeah, apparently they did that after the people were, they camp out there for a while. So they did that, which was a smart move. Right. As far as the game length is concerned, she said today the attention span of the average American is very short. That's probably why the shortened games. That's part of it, I think, and we just don't have as much patience for baseball as we do for other sports. Thank you for listening to us in Nashville, Sarah B., our good friend. Another person regarding one of the Florida stories I just talked about. The one regarding the machete. The guy who pulled out a machete at a karaoke event, how did he conceal it? Everyone that I had ever seen is about 2 foot long is what they considered a machete. Anything smaller, they would consider a knife, with the exception of the one that Crocodile Dundee carried. In that particular story, the machete was 18 inches. So I guess you can kind of conceal that into your pants or if you have loose fitting clothes.
That's spelled
But
big.
anyway, so thank you for writing in to Jimmy at realradio921.com. Now, Greek teased before we went to break that I have a list, and they had all 50 states. Now, some of them we don't have to go through, or not all of them, but there's a lot of ones that we, associate with, obviously right here in Florida, New Jersey, because Greek and I are from there, Georgia, New York. Franny's from Georgia, so we have a Tennessee. But these are stereotypes of states that people were asked, and some of the better answers they came up with. Of course, Alabama is considered a Bible-thumping rednecks. I never associated rednecks with Alabama, but usually that's part of the Bible Belt states. California, what do you think of California? What's a typical stereotype that you have of California? Greg?
Druggies.
All right. Yeah, pretty much right there, right? Weed smokers. What else? What do they like to do there?
Surf.
There you go. Surfers. Who is there?
Movie stars.
Movie stars. Tech Brothers. And, of course, oh, my God, Valley Girls.
Valley Girls, not bad. Whatever.
I forgot about that because, the Valley Girl was like the 80s thing, right?
I like that one. Remember, time to take a selfie.
They all talk like the dude from The Big Lebowski. Expensive and, of course, liberal. Pretentious and fake people, too, are on this list. Too expensive for people to live. So full of homeless people. That's like right now.
Yeah.
That's their big thing. Best weather in the country, probably the world, especially Southern California. I guess for some people,
San Diego.
they like that.
San Diego's perfect.
Yep.
A lot of people. That's pretty in-depth.
And I think a lot of those are true.
Yeah,
I don't think there's really a whole lot of arguments on most of those. I think everybody has pretentious and fake people. So, you could put that anywhere.
We have it here.
Okay, that was Greek for the playback. GRE Diamond K.
Boca.
What do you think about Colorado? What would be a stereotype of Colorado?
Skiing. Just a lifestyle, drinking beer.
Yeah. How about a modern one? How about thinking now?
Yellowstone?
No. Wrong state.
Right now, Deion Sanders?
Well, a takeoff from California. Mountain Californians with even more weed.
Nice. They got more money. We're buying up a bond.
Now, I'm with you. Skiing, right? That's
Yeah,
the first thing
I
I
would
think
think.
of,
Yeah,
especially with Telluride in that area. All right, so Florida.
Drugs, beach, lifestyle, hanging out, retirement.
Yep, all on the list. Right, retired East Coasters with a special blend of chaos. I love that. Someone wrote that in particular.
Sounds like our show.
Special
case
It
of
is
chaos.
our show. Special, okay. Theme parks, of course. Meth addicts. You mentioned drugs.
Yeah.
Rednecks. When you go inland, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Cubans, obviously
sure.
we have a lot of migrants from Cuba. And copious amounts of alligators, the other senior state.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Peaches.
Okay.
I would go with peaches.
Not on the list, but I'm with you on that.
Okay.
We usually think the Georgia peach, right? It's right there. Maybe something that goes along with the Georgia peach, although that's more the fruit, but, something soft with the peach. Southern Bells.
Southern Bells? Okay.
Yeah, that's usually, I can see that.
How about the Bulldogs?
No, not on here, but they should be. I think they will soon. Maybe next year they'll make that list. For some reason, rappers.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe Atlanta?
Is that a big thing in Atlanta?
Yeah, there's a lot of rappers in Atlanta.
Okay,
But I mean,
all right.
all over the place there's rappers, so I can't say anything, but maybe.
The other thing on here is all soda is called Coke.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
never know
realize that too. That's not something. Maybe too bad Franny wasn't here. I'll save this. We'll bring that back up when Franny comes back. We can ask her. Tell you what, because we're running out of time. Let's get to New Jersey.
Organized crime.
Of course.
Bada bing.
But I love how this one person put it. Sunburnt mobsters.
Nice.
Corrupt political machines. Well, that's, again, every state. The mafia, the shore, Guidos, urban decay, and expensive suburbs.
Thank you.
That's very true. And how about New York?
New York City. Oh, my God. What the hell could you say about the city? Tall buildings, Statue of Liberty, people being rude, sports.
Very, it goes right with Jersey.
Broadway.
Gangsters and Wall Street execs who are rude, impatient, and they think they're all center of the universe. Okay.
Yeah.
Expensive, high taxes. And then what you just did, upstate, is usually forgotten. Because you, when we went to New York, you went right to the city.
Yep.
And that's just what happens, right? I get that.
Broadway.
Another one on this list, and again, we're running behind here. Nevada, godless gamblers and strippers. Strippers and slot machines in the middle of the desert. That's pretty
perfect.
much a lot of the stereotypes. And you know what? There's not too many on there that I read that I wouldn't agree with. I think they're pretty decent stereotypes for each one of those states. There's some more. We'll bring this back up another day because we can get into some of the other states. And again, I'd like to include Franny on that conversation with Georgia.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta and a lot more in the Penthouse on a Thursday.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
iHeartMedia and Freeman Injury Law present Our Salute to Community Service program. It's our way of thanking those men and women who devote their lives to serve communities throughout the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast. We want to recognize those who serve, but we need your help. Who are we looking for? From first responders like police officers, EMTs, doctors, nurses, and firefighters, to educators like teachers, guidance counselors, and principals. If you know of someone special who serves our community in any way, we want you to tell us who they are and why. Submit them now at this station's website. Keyword Salute.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the one and only Shannon Bream of Fox News joins me to discuss her new book, The Love Stories of the Bible Speak. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
GiveMeTheVin.com is paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
As America's largest injury firm, we have advantages few others do. Our results and reputation are well known to the other side, and we have a track record of going toe-to-toe with them and winning big. But what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your case? I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One of the things we're most proud about is that we set up our firm so that your case gets lots of attention from a lot of people. Our technology and army of lawyers give us insight and oversight into every detail and every moment of your case. Paralegals, legal assistants, investigators, buildings with boxes of evidence. Every resource carefully designed to get you the most possible. And at Morgan & Morgan, we even have a dedicated team to make sure that your calls are returned that very same day. Injured? Dial pound law. That's pound 529. All law firms are not the same. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Injured? Visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Boynton Beach accident now taking up one right lane. It's 95 South before Boynton Beach Boulevard, but the left lane of your off-ramp is blocked. Same location, 95 South before Boynton Beach Boulevard. We are stop and go from Lantana Road. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, why is the left so eager? Get your podcasts.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Mega Millions 478. Go get some of that, baby. And you can be on your bucket list and do whatever you want. I am the Greek. You're listening to 92.1 Real Radio. Always appreciate you guys giving us your ears. It's very simple. You give us your ears, we give you entertainment. Works out fine. Franny is out. She's on a cruise enjoying herself. A much-needed vacation, and well-deserved, by the way. And, of course, Jimmy's back from his vacation. There was doubt last week, but he's back.
Hello, and good afternoon. You really doubted that I would come back?
No, I didn't. Some people said he might have come back. I really thought you were.
You think maybe I got lost on the island? Maybe I got stolen?
No, because it was the first time you've ever taken any time off, and the word on the street was he might be just like,
that's it.
I'm done.
Well,
Peace out.
The only reason, obviously, is because the cruise, I can't control the length of the cruise. Because we were looking for one where I wouldn't take a Saturday off.
Yeah.
Because that's what's super big. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. But nonetheless, it just didn't work out that way. But it was once we got through it as far as I was concerned. Here's a little tidbit. I was telling you about all the celebrities that own houses on in St. Martin. St. Martin. Did I mention that one of the reasons is because paparazzi isn't allowed there?
Oh, wow.
That's one of the reasons why they choose that island. Now, here's my question, because that's what our tour guide said. My question is, how do they patrol that? How do they keep that under control? You know, I mean, because
maybe there's
everybody's a paparazzi, and I'm holding up my cell phone to indicate that anybody can be a paparazzi at any time now. You know, you would wonder how that they can keep that under control.
The only way I would think of, and I don't know if this can be done or not, if there's such a stiff fine if you get caught.
Maybe that's it. Maybe there's such a big penalty that it's that big of a deterrent. Could be. Could very well be. He didn't tell us what the punishment was.
But your point is exactly what it is right, because everybody talks about TMZs everywhere. They're not.
Sure.
Everybody's out selling something that you see, and you call them up. You say, I have a video of X or Y or this picture, or do you want it? Then TMZ writes a check, and boom. And actually, TMZ or all the news outlets, they're very famous for that. And you know what? It works. I mean, how do you see those favorite videos? Two of the biggest videos we saw, the whole thing with Ray Rice. Years ago, somebody sold that to them, whoever it was that worked in a hotel. That was wasn't that evidence that eventually got released, right? No, I think first
that was a criminal case, was it not? Or am I mistaken?
You're right, but it came out from the hotel originally, when the video came out.
Sure.
And the same thing with Jay-Z with the thing at the hotel room. I mean, like everybody, like you just said, is. So how do you police that?
Yeah.
It's not like years ago when they were on the corner with the big cameras and the zooms and all that.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, even with like with a phone like this, again, I'm holding up my cell phone with a camera like this. I mean, they have things that you can put on here to have a tremendous amount of zoom on it now. Yeah. But I think the other thing that kind of protects them on an island like that is people don't know them.
No.
You know, the locals have no idea what the American celebrities are. I mean, some do. There are
big
a few,
ones.
but it's not nearly like it is here in the States.
Well, no, but
or even other islands.
Yeah, the big ones they'll know, and then the other ones they won't know. And some people are more recognizable than others. But like you said, they're out there, and everybody technically is a paparazzi.
Yeah.
I mean, the other night.
It can be.
Yeah, last week, whatever. And it depends what you think is a big star. My buddy was in Miami last week. He was down here for about a week to see some games, look at a house, and he went to a couple restaurants, and he saw a couple Heat players, and and a movie star, and just went in that one. He was like, wow, check it out. You know, I mean, they're right there. But that's the difference today. Everybody is. So if you are a celebrity or in your own life, if you're doing something wrong, you got to be careful. People take a shot.
Camera's always on you.
Yeah, they take a shot, and all of a sudden they send it to somebody. Zip.
Yep.
Hey, we at the casino last night? Not me. That was years ago. Not today. We'll do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, this is something, Jimmy, that has not happened in 29 years in sports in the Big Apple. Do you have a guess?
29 years, I would say. Now the Yankees have won a World Series since then, right? I don't know.
All 5 teams in hockey and in basketball are in the playoffs.
Oh,
the Devils,
hockey and basketball.
Now they're putting the Devils.
The Devils are in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they made it. Really?
That's what they said.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought they were terrible.
Devils made it. The Islanders made it. Rangers made it.
No kidding.
Knicks and Nets.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How about that?
But really, are the Devils in New York?
No, of course not.
Yeah, they'll only take them when they want them.
Well, you know, it's funny because do they still count that, huh? Because, I mean, when the Devils moved to Newark, I used to understand it when they were in Brendan Byrne Arena because it was so close. It's like the Giants and Jets, right? Yep. I mean, they're so close to New York that they kind of consider it. But when the Devils moved to Newark, I kind of thought that would really separate them from the New York quote unquote teams.
They're close now if you look at it time wise from where they were Secaucus. I mean, Secaucus, they were 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They're about 25 minutes from Manhattan.
Yeah.
But again, who knows what they're doing? They're just saying all
They
five.
kinda-
They'll loop it in. Like they don't ever give the Bills credit. You know, the Bills are up in New York and they're in the state.
Technically, the only New York football team.
That's right.
Technically.
You're right, and that's my point. That's why I brought it up. The Bills are the only New York State. I mean, and that's you can have a trivia question with people with that all day long.
Yeah.
And there are some people, and you may not believe this, that don't realize that Jets and Giants don't play in New York.
Yeah.
It's true.
I imagine.
They don't really. We're all MetLife.
And how long has that been now?
Oh, since the 70s.
Yeah.
I would think. And I'm guessing. I don't know exact time.
The Giants and Jets haven't played, and they played at Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium
for years.
For the longest time. Of course, the Giants and Jets respectively.
Yeah, and then they just put one stadium together, and then we're going to put them together and play there. So yeah, first time in 29 years that has happened.
That's an interesting tidbit.
On baseball, Tampa Bay has won again, 9-7 over the Red Sox yesterday, so they are 12-0. Tampa Bay, more people at the strip clubs than at the baseball game, no doubt about it. So we got to change that up. Maybe there's a lot better things to look at the strip club, but Tampa Bay is doing good, 12-0. They are going to try to break the record of Major League Baseball. They need a few more wins to jump on board of that. The Miami Heat are going to be taking on the Bulls tomorrow night, and that is a playoff game, win or go home. That's it for the Heaters. They lose tomorrow night, they're packing their bags, and guess where they're going? They're going to play golf and hang out. Bulls are 3-0 this year against the Heaters, and the other thing is the Heat are 5.5-point favorites. Not seeing that. Heat may win, not winning by 6. A little surprise. Thank you, DraftKings. And our Florida Panthers, want to give love to everybody. The Florida Panthers are in the playoffs, so hats off to the Panthers. They finished strong, and they got in there. Boston Bruins set a record this year for the most victories. And that is your trifecta in the 1 o'clock hour.
Jimmy at RealRadio921.com. Jimmy at RealRadio921.com. You guys are blowing up the email today, and I love it. This person wrote in earlier. We were talking about stereotypes by state. This guy writes in, California is like a bowl of granola. It's nothing but fruits, flakes, and nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Also, they wrote in, Coca-Cola's main bottling plant is in Georgia, thus the Coke reference.
Okay.
Why that's referenced as being a stereotype of Georgia. I get that. Sarah B. wrote back in, and she said, as far as the paparazzi, in 2017, I saw Wesley Snipes in court in Fort Pierce for reckless driving and evading the police. I called TMZ, and they said, send them the video, but they were not going to pay. I immediately hung up on them. That's right. Hang in there and keep that money. Also, we got it's the same in Tennessee. There are strict laws and penalties in place to deter people from doing that. Again, I think we're talking about paparazzi. Yeah, there are a lot of celebrities, musicians, etc., who live here because they get privacy. Listening in Nashville, of course, Sarah B. So there you go. There's some more emails, and thank you for participating in the show today.
There has been a report that came out the first 3 months in the state of Florida, 10,000 New Yorkers have moved here. I knew you were going to do that. I said that. 10,000 New Yorkers have moved here. That pace continues, man. That's 40,000 every 3 months. So be careful, and maybe we'll get some better Italian bread down here. I don't know. Maybe some better water. We'll see what happens. But 10,000 New Yorkers.
How do we send them back?
Pretty simple. Just tell them, whatever. Go back to New York.
Tell them whatever.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Get back here. It's the
Whatever.
Whatever. I don't care where you're from. As long as you're nice. If you're nice, it's cool. I mean, yesterday was one of those days when it rained so bad, and I noticed this yesterday. If you're an owner of a dog, especially in an apartment building or any place, but a house, people can, open the door and let the dog out. But yesterday I saw some people just getting crushed for their dogs. And the dogs don't want to stay out there either. We get that. But I mean, want to talk about people with real love. It was National Pet Day the other day. These people were going out, walking their dog, getting crushed by the rain and the wind, and that says something about them as, a dog owner.
Well, dogs got to go to the bathroom. I mean,
yeah,
it's not like something, it's not a recreational thing. They have to.
I saw one guy lose his umbrella. And an older gentleman, I felt very bad for him. And
so did you do anything for him?
I drove right by.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I know what you did. You didn't hit the puddle that would have splashed them. You drove around it.
Never do that. One of my 2 years ago, New Year's Day, I wake up in the morning, pouring rain. Well, I went outside and it was cloudy, real cloudy, and my car had a boot on it.
Oh,
And
okay.
Car has a boot on it, and then it just opens up soaking wet, and I didn't have my keys to get back into the building at the time. Just sitting there like this, waiting for the guy to tow truck. Just gave up because I couldn't get in the car.
Right.
Car was booted. I'm sitting there, and this gentleman comes by, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, are you having a bad day?" I looked at him. I go, "What do you think?"
Nope.
Nah, this is normal.
Going great.
It's awesome.
Going great. Just another day in my life.
It's great. I got Ferragamo's on, blue suede, and it's getting bored out.
That's all right.
It's good. It's not a problem.
We'll blow dry them.
Blow dry when you get home. It's like when you get money stuck in a wash machine, you blow dry the money.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. And I forget sometimes. And you take out
You blow dry the money?
Yeah,
If it gets wet like that?
Yeah, what do? You take a blow. You can lay it out.
Just let it lay out, and
or
you put it into a book so it doesn't get all crinkly. So it keeps it flat.
I blow dry it. And then all of a sudden, all the money.
I'll take care of you, Ben. Don't worry, Ben. I got you, Ben.
Andrew.
No, Ben. We're talking strictly Ben.
So last night late in Boca, they are very strict with their parking. I mean, they have like the meter guys going around. Yeah, they nail it. So if your money's wet and my money was wet, you can't get it in the machine.
Right. Okay.
And you got to pay. If not, you're going to get I think it's $40 ticket. So I had to meet one of my buddies and his girl at a place around, I don't know what time it was. I was meeting them, and I couldn't get the money in it was just, would go in, come out, go in, go out, go in, out.
The old typical.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's like the old vending machines, right? You put the dollar bill in, and it just keeps coming back out.
Rain hit me in the face. You're getting so disgusted.
It's perfect.
Yeah, you're just like, I want to get out of here.
Yeah. Want to get away?
You want to get away. And some lady wants
I'd love to be on a cruise right now.
Oh, my God. Wish I was Jimmy.
Yeah.
And some nice lady came by, and she goes, "That just happened to me an hour ago." She says, "I have a couple singles." And she gave me a couple singles, and I put them
nice.
in. I gave her my singles, but they were wet. But I'm just saying, it was just like one of those scenes. The rain's hitting you in the face, you're putting it in there, and all for parking. And I'm like, my God. But they are strict down there. They don't care. They'll give you a $40 ticket just like that. Bada bing. So for $1, you're going to get a $40 ticket. It's not worth it. Years ago, I might have just took a shot and parked the car and said, screw it, I'm going to leave it. But not now.
Did she give you her number?
No. Nothing like
I love you, Greek.
No.
Was that it? Was it her?
No, was it her? It was the Italian love song I heard in the background from 2 days ago, and that was playing. And I said, "Oh my God,
how about that? What a coincidence!"
Private Ryan. If anybody has seen the end, there is a scene when all the guys are sitting on a wall and they are playing opera music, and the soldiers are
kind of.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah,
right.
You remember seeing what I'm talking about?
It's before like the sort of like the final battle scene, and they're waiting for it to happen, right? So there's I think 4 or 5 of the main characters, and they find an old Victrola.
Yeah.
And did I say that right? Probably not. And they put a record on, and it's the same type of thing where it's an opera singer singing in Italian, and the one guy from Brooklyn is translating.
Yeah.
And then he tells a story about how when he was going to leave in the army, and a lady in his building put her boobs in his face and said, "When you're over there, you can remember this."
Yeah. And the other guy was translating his song, and he was saying him like, and it was the other soldier, and he kept saying it's such a beautiful song,
right?
But I don't know what it means. And that's when I thought of same thing,
same concept, yeah.
Where you don't even know what the hell it means, and if you listen to the last 4 hours, you don't know what the hell this is mean.
Got that right.
We do it every day. We're consistent.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. We've been doing it for years. We love you guys. It is Real Radio, baby. Jimmy, great job as always. Game ball to you. Thanks for what you do with the blog, the contest every day, handling all the emails that came in today, which we always appreciate. And thank you for a bang-up job. And, of course, we're going to say this for a while. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you, Greek. Appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. Jimmy at realradio921.com. And got any parting words for the little Greeksters?
I'm going to tell you guys, have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Stay out of trouble. And it looks like hopefully the rain is behind us. I don't know if it is. But if it's not and it kicks up, Just take your patience. That's it. And be
just take them. Where are we taking them to?
and stick it.
Okay.
Be patient with everybody out there. That's all. And be nice. Have a great afternoon.
Pop-Tarts.
And I get some Pop-Tarts if I can. Maybe a Pop-Tart and a lap dance. That's a good thing. Having a Pop-Tart and getting a lap dance. That's not bad.
Okay.
That's good. It is the Penthouse. And next is the News Junkies. It is Jimmy and the Greek on the Penthouse. Only on Real Radio. I said to the guys, give me something hard. I thought you got stuck down there. Slap myself a little in the face. I hit myself with a banana.
I kept my hand in my pants the whole night.
I'm coming out with hoops and butter. I'll stroke you all day long.
Yeah.
Hold on. I said, watch it, buddy. I'm a good licker.
The bad news, the brain isn't all that great at hearing stuff and remembering it. The good news, you can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 92.1.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a warmer day across South Florida on this Thursday. Skies are partly cloudy, so a little bit more sun, but that's going to lead to more instability and more thunderstorms are going to pop up through the day, starting inland and moving east towards the coastline. Heavy downpours and gusty winds are possible this afternoon. We have a low threat to see some severe storms throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, why is the left so eager to push the trans agenda on our kids? Don't miss the eye-opening episode with Yaku Boyens. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Heard on the job? Dial #529